Konnichiwa minasan, it's Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse over in Japan. Live from Japan, it's 12 p.m. here on a Saturday afternoon. It was Alien Day yesterday, which was April 26th, as far as I know. Now, you know I'm old, right? I didn't see Alien in the cinema, in the movie theatre, when I was a kid because I was too young. I was only 6, I think, 6 or 7 when it came out. So my first experience with Alien was watching it on TV. And this was a friend's pirate video. Remember those days? An old pirate video copy. We had kind of like a young boys' party, like late one night, and I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified. So I've got a buddy here to talk Alien with me. Let me just bring him in. Here we go. All the way from, I'm not going to say where, all the way from the planet X, Nibiru. It's Salty, Travelling Sea. Where are we? How are you, Salty? How are you doing?
I knew eventually it'd put me on screen.
It's been a minute.
I'm doing it right now. It's okay. If everybody knew what the grab-assing stuff that happened right before the show, you'd understand there was technical difficulties. Hey, what's going on? Who do we got going out there? Jacob Ironside. I saw Nerdporial in here earlier. Your Barmy's already in the Discord link. Yeah. And Low Spec Linux is here. Zach's, of course. I hope you feel better, dude. And even though you're
Me too.
Sexy scratchy voice, I'd love to have you guys hang out here. But yeah, there's the link to the Discord. We're just gonna be watching this thing as usual, and we've already did some QA on it and made sure that the audio and video looks good. So I'm happy to be here. We were talking about this with Purple Valkyrie today. And what's going on?
Someone's in the back room, Salty. Shall I bring in a wild Nerdporial?
No, is he wearing any clothes?
Okay. I think he is, yeah. Here we go. Let's do it.
Well, I don't want to see him then. He said he was going to come on naked.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing? Thanks for inviting me.
I told him to invite you like 12 hours ago, and I'm like, you got to get on. Just never mind. I'm glad you're here, Brian, because one of the first things we did together was your Alien stream, dude.
That's right.
Oh, really? I missed that.
Yeah. That was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago. That was before we all showed our faces on.
That's true.
So. Yeah, that was a great stream. I did an Alien video before that, so if you haven't checked out my Alien retrospective, it's there. Begins on a scary note. So
it's crazy.
Fear Monic in the chat saying we don't need any face huggers on the screen, so that means Steve can't join, right? Sorry. I'm joking, Steve. If you're listening,
I can neither confirm nor deny. All right.
Oh man, the face hugger. Oral rape is basically what that was supposed to represent.
I had a girlfriend like that in college, but it kind of turned me on. But where was I going? So no, it's Alien's 45th anniversary. They're re-releasing it, remastered in the theaters. I saw it when they released it on the 40th anniversary in IMAX, and we were talking about it earlier, Gray. But seeing the Nostromo on a big screen in a remastered way, it completely changed my perspective as to the Aliens movie. It's so epic in that format. Brian, have you seen it on the big screen like that?
I have not. I don't know. Did they show it for the 40th anniversary? Because if they did,
they did. But they're re-releasing it for the 45th, and you've got to look. I don't know if it's on Fathom of one of the events, but I cannot. Dude, you of all people, you would love it because I went into it going, you know what? I've only ever seen this on VHS and then DVD, but my God, it's one of those movies. And I would say the same thing. I'd put it in the same place as Dune 2, where seeing that on the big screen is very different than seeing it on even a large home TV. But my God, Alien on the big screen, the work they put into that, the Nostromo spaceship in the opening scene, you feel fully immersed that it's outer space.
Let me address some comments here. I'm a little bit worried. We're getting attacked already, Salty. Here we go. This movie is great. Says Prophet of the Dragon. How you doing, Steve? How you doing? You're welcome, mate. The link's in X, Twitter. If you want to jump in, you're welcome. Also, we have Jacob Ironside, a member for 5 months. Gray, you are the perfect organism. Your structural perfection is matched only by your 50 shades of grey.
Is that your Tinder profile that he's reading off? Does he stalking you?
He admires Gray. He admires your purity.
I'm going to start puking up milk in a minute.
Gray's really ridged for that maple syrup on his waffly bottom. Is that what you're trying to say, Jacob?
So just let me shout out what this is going to be all about. We've not started the movie yet, but we will be. We'll be giving time markers. We'll start it at the same time. Struggling with my PC and StreamYard and keeping like 20 tabs open, but that's the idea. We'll be pausing the movie. We'll be commenting on it. We're going to do a bit of setup first with Salty and me and Nerporeal. But Salty, we got you. What about Nerporeal? What was your first time to see Alien 1979?
What's funny is I saw Aliens first. My parents, my dad recorded it on like HBO, right. So they were watching it one night, and I recognized the alien and all that, so I got into it. But then my parents like, oh, this is not the first one. So I watched the first one. They actually owned the 1979 box, the really old VHS, and I saw it. I saw the movie. It was so different from Aliens. It was like a horror. It was a slasher basically, but in space. And let's just say the scene that made that movie, the scene that got Walter Hill and David Giler on board, let's just say that traumatized me and I had to go to, because I was going to Lutheran school. I was 11. I had to go to choir. I had to sing choir that night. So, that movie helped with the singing choir.
It's crazy. We've talked about it, I think, when we talked about your Alien show, but Aliens came out 2 years after Star Wars. I mean, now they call it Star Wars: A New Hope, but when it came out, it was Star Wars. For those of you who are old, right? So 2 years later, we're ending up. I mean, look at the bends and shifts in science fiction that occurred. Now, after Star Wars, there were a lot of copycats. Alien never tried to be Star Wars, and it was funny because I was talking with Purple Valkyrie and Gray. We were hanging out talking about doing this, and Purple said, it's more than just being trapped in a house of horrors in space, because in a house of horrors you can get out a window eventually. Here you got nowhere to go, as we see at the end of the movie. She gets into the pod, and then 70 something years later finally gets picked up in the Outer Rim or whatever it is. So yeah.
Got Jacob Ironside saying he saw it when he was 9 or 10, didn't sleep good for a week after that, but now I love it. Yeah. Mate, I had the same experience. I must have been probably 11 or 12, and as I say, it was like a kind of a watch party on a pirate DVD, terrifying with that famous scene, the John Hurt scene. I was like this, seriously.
Yeah, I saw this when it came to either HBO or Cinemax or whatever my old man was stealing, because he hacked into the cable box thing outside the house. And parents are gone, Alien is on, my brother and I love science fiction, so I was like, I don't know, 11, 12, my brother's 9, we're watching this, and my brother, we're literally running out of the room with the thing with Bishop, and then the alien chase him, and then everything else like that. And I think if you put any child, I don't care how grizzled they are, that's between 10 and 12 in front of this movie, even now, they're probably gonna need therapy after watching it. Which it's a sign of a good science fiction horror movie.
Yes.
Besides the infamous part, what do you think was what other part do you think was the most tense, the scariest?
Great, it's your show. Do some work.
Oh my god, the captain. I'm lost. I've got stream brain. Tom Skerritt's character.
Dallas.
When he's
Captain Dallas.
When he's trying to find it in the not the corridor. What do you call it? Above the corridors.
The vents or the ducts.
Oh
the ducts.
The conduits. Yeah.
Absolutely terrified me. It was so well done. It was so drawn out. The tension. It's like Dallas. It's getting closer. It's getting closer. You should be able to see it.
I don't know about you, but I want to get the hell out of here. And then he's using the incinerator. He's trying to make a path. It's dark in there, and all of a sudden he turns around. Like that, just a jump scare right there.
He just sees it; it's there, waiting for him. He just catches it with the light of the flame. He doesn't have time to turn it on. The flamethrower, just like reaching out for him, Salty, like I'm reaching out for your beer.
For me, it was when Harry Dean Brett is looking for the cat, and he's alone, and it's quiet, and it's very, very, it's slow, but it builds tension like crazy. Like you get the camera shot of him entering the room with where the alien and where the chains are and where the cat is
in the water.
The water coming down. And he's taking off his
the drips. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's so good. The music, the sound effects, salty. My God.
Yeah, second to none. And even in the theater, I mean, you know, obviously they remastered it, but for me, that Dallas scene is that, and then everything you guys just said with, you know, when they go into that cargo bay or whatever, and there's chains hanging and the water's dripping, and yeah, I'm not a big fan of disgusting like torture horror porn, but I do like psychological horror, and I do think Aliens, despite its there are obviously some graphic moments. It's like Brian said, it's very different than Aliens 2, which I did see in the theater, and I think it's a masterpiece for different reasons. But this movie scares the hell out of you. I mean, everybody was in love with Star Wars, you know, 2 years later in '79. Well, guess what? If you're trapped in a spaceship with an alien, it's not all the Force and, you know, Han Solo and Wookiees. You know what I mean? It can be scary as shit too. So.
Got your Barmy saying Jonesy, the real antagonist of the movie, the cat Jones. We were talking about that before, weren't we, Salty? Me and you. There's no spoilers, but Jonesy could have saved them all right near the beginning if he'd acted fast enough. If he'd been there, couldn't he?
Yeah. I mean, they thought Jonesy was the alien, so that's why they go in the locker, and then, you know.
Right.
And that's why what's his name goes looking for him. So. Yeah, it's very quick. Like all the shots of the kills are very like you don't even see blood. Like literally, like Yaphet Kotto, Parker's like, we found this here, and we see his incinerator. No blood, no Dallas, nothing. Yeah,
I'm going to share that in a sec. Sorry, Jacob, you got it. What Nerporio was just saying. The best thing is you don't see the kills; it's all in your head.
That's it.
The only thing that was super violent was the infamous part.
Yeah.
Oh, that part. Yeah.
Like the whole thing with Lambert at the end.
Ian Holm. Yeah.
No, with Lambert and Parker. Yeah. Like we don't even see what happens to Lambert. We see the tail go up her leg.
And that's the worst. Gotcha. And because you know what's going to happen. And God damn it, I miss that in cinema where they really respect you and allow your imagination to torture you and create images in much better ways than they could with CG or anything.
And you hear it in the intercom. What was terrifying is you become Ripley, and Ripley's running to the room, and you just hear it. You don't see it. We hear it though, and then she screams, and then it goes completely silent. That was so terrifying. And then she finds it, and then she runs back the other way. She's like, I gotta get out of here.
The scream is magnificent. Okay, we're going to give some context. Salty, you've prepared some data, some information for us. Let me share it. Let's have a look here.
So we always do this when we talk about James Bond and other movies, and I always think it's important to provide a context. Now, we already discussed that this movie came out 2 years after Star Wars. Episode 4 wasn't called that, or A New Hope. It was just Star Wars. But these are the top movies for 1979. Of course, Superman. I saw that in the theater with my grandfather. Amityville Horror. That was such a big deal. And you can see the box office grosses. These are not adjusted for 2024. These would be in 1979 money. So God knows how much this is worth now. Rocky 2 came out that year, and then maybe Brian, you might like this movie, Star Trek The Motion Picture. That was the number 4 movie in 1979.
Did you know that Superman was number 1? It was the highest grossing film of the 70s, and Star Trek The Motion Picture was actually number 2. Star Wars was not that high at all. Like,
really?
Yeah. Star Wars was only like, I think, 10 to 15 million. Star Trek was 45 million. Superman was 50 million budget. It was high. Those two were really high.
But the number 5 movie in 1979, and it was released for a summer movie, was Alien. And it was less than, I can't do math, less than $20 million less than the number 1 movie of the year, Superman. And it was tracking right behind Star Trek The Motion Picture. Now, another movie came out in 1979, Apocalypse Now, which is a movie I watch all the time. But can you believe, just imagine if we had 1 year where we got like two movies like that came out that we could look back and go, you know what, these are culturally defining movies. We're lucky if we get like one or two good streaming shows a year, you know.
Yeah.
But Apocalypse Now, 10, which was Bo Derek showing her Hooters off, which, you know, I wouldn't
Dudley
watch
Moore.
the whole thing. Yeah, Dudley Moore. The Jerk came out.
That surprised me slightly. I was saying to you like that it got so high. Number 8.
Yeah. Moonraker, the worst James Bond movie until Daniel Craig showed up, and then they've all been shit.
The worst Star Wars.
You didn't like the laser. You didn't like the laser fight at the end of the movie,
dude. We hated it in the 70s when I was a kid. I mean, it was so dumb. It was so dumb. And then, of course, Meatballs, which, you know, I mean, again, that's a pretty big jump off between Moonraker and Meatballs. But Meatballs was one of the early movies that had, and oh god, I'm gonna stream brain the name on it. Bill Murray. Bill Murray's coming of age TNA summer camp, let's cause havoc type of a movie. You haven't seen Meatballs.
You got me with T.
Yeah, I like A too, both T and A. But there you go. What a year, 1979. Even though Jimmy Carter was president, it wasn't all shit. So, yeah.
Wasn't that also the year of the hostage crisis in Iran, if I remember correctly?
Yeah, I think it went into 80 as well. I remember every night on TV they would show it. I think until Reagan gave them a bunch of weapons or something, and then the Iran-Contra war started. And, you know, the shit going on in over there in the Crimea, it's been going on for a long time, just in different places, you know.
I see.
Okay, that's awesome. Thanks for that background. And great to see people still here. As Roman said, yeah, mate, what a year. I was so surprised. I shouldn't be surprised, should I? So
Apocalypse Now and Alien. Tell me that wouldn't be the best drive-in movie double feature ever, dude. Could you imagine seeing Apocalypse Now in the drive-in movie theater? I've got one about 45 minutes from me, and they did an 80s, couple 80s movies during the summer, and it was E.T. and Jaws. Dude.
Ooh. Dude, Spielberg, double bill. Roman Empire is also saying everyone hates Star Trek the motion picture, but me. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either.
I love it. And somebody
especially
gave
the director's, especially director's version, director's cut.
Yeah.
It's a proper sci-fi movie, a proper, thoughtful sci-fi movie. What's wrong with that?
Exactly, and that movie didn't try to be Star Wars either. I mean, even though, once again, Star Wars was the catalyst that drove a lot of these projects. Alien was one of them. One thing I didn't see, have you gentlemen seen Dark Star?
Yes.
Because Dark Star is supposed to be the other, Alien's supposed to be the scary version of Dark Star. It's done by the same writer, Dan O'Bannon. So Dan O'Bannon came up with the idea. He wrote Dark Star, and John Carpenter directed that one. I still haven't seen it.
Can I go ahead? Sorry, Brad.
So him and Ronald Shusett wrote something. And then they had to figure out how you're going to get the alien on board. So they came up with this, the whole, the event. I'll call it the event. And that's what sold them to Walter Hill and David Gower. I don't know if you know Walter Hill. He directed Southern Comfort, The Warriors, 48 Hours,
The Warriors,
Streets of Fire.
The Warriors came out in 1979 too. It was just way farther down the list. You know?
Yeah. Oh, that's another. Imagine seeing that alongside Alien or Apocalypse Now or something.
Any of these movies. I mean, it's just again, and we're not looking at things through rose-colored glasses. I mean, they're a lot of these films are taught that we looked at, that we mentioned, Apocalypse Now, The Warriors, Alien. They're taught for a variety of reasons. Great. I know you have that link that lists off some of the tricks and some of the crazy effects that what they actually use to make them.
Yes, let's share that. And I won't go through too many. Just want to share a couple of these. Some of these are fascinating, aren't they, Salty? Here we go.
Let me just do this for your Barmy. Sorry, let me do your Barmy. Oh, and everybody out there. So check Fathom Events. On June 8th, they're going to be releasing in theaters the extended cuts of all the Lord of the Rings movies they will be playing. So please go check those out. I'm booking my tickets for June 8th. Luckily, I don't have to drive 3 hours because I want to see Fellowship on the big screen extended. So, Sorry, Greg, go ahead.
Okay, no, you're good, you're good. Just a couple of things. The first one that pops up on the trivia. Did you know the blue laser lights that were used in the alien ship's egg chamber were borrowed from The Who? The band was testing out the lasers for their stage show in the soundstage next door.
Won't get face-huggered again.
Anna Riley, fantastic. That is so cool. One more here. Where is it?
Hey, Leah Rose. Great to see you.
Oh, is Leah there? How you doing, Leah?
Yeah, she just...
For some reason, Salty, it's not showing that many for me with the Did You Know? Goose, a crewman with a black panel of some kind, is visible through the smoke as Ripley runs through the corridors at the end of the film. Okay. Oh, interesting.
I just assumed it was an alien thing or something like that, so...
Yeah. Okay, that'll do for now. So the plan is, I've got someone else. We've got someone in the back room, Salty. Let's bring him in. You know who it is, don't you? Long time no see. It is Roman of the Empire.
There he is.
Hey, guys.
Hey, what's going on?
Are you good? Are you Genki?
Can you hear us?
It's me and the enemy and the other guy who brought me into this whole thing and the guy that actually started the whole thing. Without you, without all of you, who are we? So, thanks for...
you. It's easy because you're beautiful.
So, man, yeah, this movie is perfect sci-fi. I love this movie so much. It's up there with Blade Runner for me as far as discussion points and the many aspects and layers of the movie. Yeah, it's a spectacular film. So thanks for
when's the first time you saw it? We were just talking about.
Yeah. I was probably far too young and probably thought it was in my closet and might eat me because the parents of the Empire were not very good. So
yeah, man.
Yeah, it was not long after that original release. I didn't go to the theater. Hello, Mr. Ironside. But it wasn't whenever it showed up on like HBO or whatever afterwards, we're watching it and we're like, what? And then the thing, and it's like, my childhood was wrecked. Jaws was first. Jaws ruined.
Jaws was first. Jaws was first. They used to, in Roman, you remember this in Gray too, but they used to show R-rated scary ass adult movie trailers during kids movies in the 70s. Like I've told this story before, but I went to go see Chitty Chitty Bang Bang or Bambi or some shit like that, and they played the Jaws trailer. A bunch of kids are alone because we're Gen X and our parents just drop us off. Right?
Yeah, I think we are by ourselves. We got a pot pie in the oven, and it's it.
Yeah, but you're sitting there with your bag of Twizzlers, and suddenly this fucking big shark gonna get you, and you're here to watch a cartoon. This is
good
real.
old days.
This is part of the reason we're all fucked up, but we're gonna survive.
That's true. I was actually young enough so that my G.I. Joes had adventures with Alien. And it wasn't like the Alien from the movie. I had to utilize some other action figure to make him be Alien because they didn't make like the big Alien yet. Though they did make an Alien figure when we were kids. Because I remember seeing the commercials for it. But it was wherever it wasn't available in my area. So it was like some other dude became the Alien, but it was like this whole sci-fi mess nightmare thing that was my childhood playset. It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Salty, can you guys vamp?
Everybody's
vamp
fine.
for me? 2 ticks.
I was going to say, when do you want to start the movie?
We're going to start it soon, but I want to get at least like 20 minutes of introduction because Roman, the plan is like, I'm not sure how it's going to work with Discord and this running. We'll see how it goes. We might have to stop the YouTube side of things, but we're going to definitely watch it. We're watching the movie together. That's the plan.
And the plan,
we'll be giving out
I'll
time
vamp for you.
too.
I'll vamp for you. And I'll vamp. So here's the plan. The link is in Discord. Hopefully, our good friend Gray remembered.
What is Discord? What's a Discord?
It's a place of evil.
All can go.
God,
it is actually. But the link should be there at the top. I hope he pinned it. If not, scroll back up through the chat. Go ahead and follow the directions. We're not going to be talking.
All right, let me see if I can do this, or if I'm going to cock it up. And I'm
can you mute yourself while you're taking a shit on the stream, please?
Pins. No, that's Killian on it. DM me if you'd like to. Well, that's me. That's where I am now. Oh, bollocks.
Roman,
I may have overplayed my hand here.
Mute yourself. for a second, okay? So yeah, go check for the link on that. Otherwise, the plan, and this is what Gray agreed to, was whenever we stop, he's going to call out the marker and the time marker, and he'll probably put that within the notes on the videos, so that if you're watching this on the replay, please don't go away, because there'll be a couple good comments, and if nothing else, you get to look at this handsome masculine specimen right here, who's training for Mr. Universe, and then you get to look at
that is impressive, by the way, my friend.
Everybody's favorite Roman, who might be empirical in the corner, and then of course our man Gray, who's the sexiest man on YouTube, and then me, who apparently is just the world's biggest asshole, depending on who you ask this.
My human, so, what kind of question is that?
It's a valid one.
Like home repair tools? What are you looking for? That's a dolphin. That's not a repair
dude
tool.
I don't want to hear about your
Roman's
porn,
a boomer.
Roman. I don't want to hear about your porn when we're talking about aliens.
Okay,
right?
I'm going to take control now. I'm going to mute everyone here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the link is now pinned at the top of the live chat, just to let people know, Discord. I'm going to see if this is working, but to let you know, we're starting at 1 minute 50 seconds. It's right at the end of the title sequence. It's got Alien in big letters on the screen. It's just before the movie properly starts. So 1 minute 50, I will put that into, where are we? Put that into the chat. Oh,
yeah,
so
please join us. You don't have to paint.
There you go.
I'm not muted.
There you go. You're back in now.
Yeah,
I unmuted you all.
Please join us. Right now we've got, I think, 5 people in there, but you don't have to join anything. You're not going to create a cult. You're not going on a mailing list. Just come and hang out and watch it.
I'll invite people if you want me to, or I'll invite people to your server.
Hey, we got Tim's talk in the chat. If you want to go ahead and watch Alien.
Or Irene. She never got over that. Home repair tools. I thought we did this.
You're echoing, Roman.
Can you mute yourself in Discord?
Yeah, make sure you mute yourself in Discord. There's the mute button.
It's complicated. Yeah. There we go.
Very old.
So
it's your show, Gray. Take over.
Mute. I've done. Mute yourselves in Discord. Yeah, that's got to stay mute. Just mute the mic in Discord.
Fear Monarch, if it's Gray asking for your credit card, it's okay. It's when you have somebody who's sounds like a Chinese accent or an AI.
Send me your credit card details. Yeah. 1 minute 50. So we're not starting yet. I'll let you know. But yeah, Roman, I think you're still unmuted. Let me just check Discord.
Yeah, he's unmuted.
Where are we?
We got silence wrong.
Yeah, it's interesting, and maybe we should put up a poll. I mean, I think if you ask people what is the best Alien movie, I think it's easy to default to Aliens because it's an action film and it's got that 80s machismo. And there was a time in my life where I would say Aliens was the best movie, but I think as time has gone on, Alien itself from 1979 is a masterpiece. But at the same point, Aliens, very different in tone, is also a masterpiece of 80s action movies. What do you think about that, Brian or Roman?
I think Alien is the quintessential sci-fi horror, and my favorite video game series was heavily inspired by this movie. So, I mean, it's basically haunted house. It's basically a haunted house in space, and you have this creature that's basically an existential threat to a human, and this is something that you can't identify with. It doesn't have eyes.
Just to interrupt, to show Roman. If you look at the bottom left,
I can't get in. I can't get in.
Discord.
I keep getting verify your email. Your email address tells you to screw off. So I am clearly not going to be part of it.
Okay.
Well, you could be able to watch it in Discord, and then you wouldn't have to worry about it. It's just the echo, or if you mute yourself here, you'll be
not
fine.
letting me in. It's so I'm gonna bow out, and I apologize for having interrupted your stream, but I can't.
No,
you're
good.
What the thing wants me to do.
This has happened to me before too, dude.
Yeah, it keeps saying I tried like 3 different password combo things, and it keeps telling me to screw myself. So it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. I feel sad. I'll linger somewhere on the other side, but I'm sorry.
If you have it on a streaming service, Roman, just follow along. You know what I mean?
We'll be pausing and just, dude. Yeah, I mean, like we're going to be watching this movie and only stopping where appropriate. Or you guys in chat, if you're watching along, or if there's scenes that you want us to talk about from the movie, Yeah.
This panel
well,
is
if you were here,
too
you'd wreck
handsome.
the bell curve, Zax. You know that. You sexy man.
Just those shoulders alone.
Yeah.
To try to cheer people up. Come on, we're supposed to be enjoying this. Hello, love. Are you all right?
Let's light this candle. Let's start watching scary shit in space again.
Right, I'll try to hang, and if I can't, I'll eject myself like Alien did with just about every member of the cast.
Okay. If you see it a bit, Roman, on the YouTube channel, I'll put the time markers in, so we'll be good. Hopefully, or it could all go terribly wrong. Noporia, what do you reckon? I think Brian's the expert on this for sharing on Discord, doing watch parties. So I'll ask him if I get stuck. Ooh, I went really northern then. Stuck. If you get stuck. Okay. Roman, seeing a bit, yeah? Are you bouncing?
I don't know yet. I'm trying to pull it up on another service just so we can at least be hanging out in the same kind of zone. If I can't do that, then I'm going to call.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and bring it back if he's got it resolved.
But yeah, go. Pretend I'm not here, just like everyone does. Like I'm Lambert.
All right.
Starting now, 150.
Let's do it.
Yep, I can hear it. Ooh. You know what's funny is they borrowed stuff. They borrowed so Goldsmith worked on another movie called about Sigmund Freud, I believe, and some of the creepier stuff they borrowed from that movie.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so a lot of the stuff that was written for this movie was not in the movie. A lot of the stuff that was composed for this. So
I love that ship. The Nostromo looks pretty awesome. Remember, like practical models, Salty?
The body design for Nostromo is spectacular.
Oh yeah,
look at all that detail. If you go and see it in the movie theater, all of that detail is crystal clear. It's astonishing all the work that they put on, and you can see the ice crystal sparkling on the outside of the ship.
So yes. did you guys like the trailer for Alien Romulus? Like they obviously were trying to recreate this movie, or at least they tried to recreate this.
I did.
Corridor.
I know Salt is
right
like
here.
No, but I actually did like the trailer for this.
I forget who was the.
I'm hopeful, but I was also always.
Here's the problem. I've gotten my hope up so many times and had my ball picked up through my midsection.
Jesus fucking Christ, Roman! Will you just, dude? Learn to stop. All right, let me finish my thought. Then you can go, dude. No. So what I was saying was, I thought the same thing with Prometheus and with Covenant. You know what I mean? Sorry. Go ahead, dude.
Oh no, I agree. That's what I mean. I've gotten my balls kicked up through my midsection so many times because of the trailer was good. Romulus looked great. I did watch a lot of the behind the scenes with Romulus though. That director did a nice 20-minute interview, and everything he said was good. Everything said was good.
All right, I'll have to check that out then.
I'm still trying to find the movie.
Paused. Just let people know, I'm paused at 0341, just to like, okay, calm.
Oh, thank God, I found it. I've got it on one of my friends.
But that build up, the music,
sites.
the sound effects, Roman, the little this happens in Blade Runner 2. You hear the same kind of sound effects, they're repeated. It's so good. Ridley Scott brought some of the sounds into Blade Runner. A lot of it is electronic. It's like early synthesizer, electronic music. It builds the atmosphere so well, doesn't it?
I had no idea, Gray. That's very interesting. I'll have to listen for that next time.
Okay. Are we good?
I think Ron Cobb designed the
what time
designed the
interior. Are you guys at right now?
I just put it in the chat. 0341. 0341.
Oh, literally, you're still right there. Okay. Oh,
we're still the model of Nostromo is 11 feet long. Girth could have used a little more. Thanks, Yo Barbie.
So
it's a great model, though.
So even though nothing has really happened yet, don't you get this foreboding feeling just from the slow movement of the camera going down the corridors? It's dark. It's creepy.
Walking through the ship.
Here we go.
You're getting
boom.
Yeah, you're getting a nice tour of the ship, so you can see where these people live. The way they live, and I love how is my sound coming through, or are we okay?
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay, No, I didn't know if my other sound was coming through.
No, it's not. You're not.
But I love how actually this looks like, and it's going to sound horrible, but this looks like 20th century tech that's in this, in this cockpit. It's all very relatable tech, just like it was in Blade Runner.
Lo-fi, yeah. I like this too. I like this too. Look at that. Look at that old green screen monitor, computer monitor.
I prefer this to the modern stuff, to the CG, to the game effects.
Well, that's the tech that we had. It would have been high tech in '79
right.
to have this kind of stuff.
What do you think of the helmets? Like the helmets are showing the reflection of the computer.
Effect. It's one of the most powerful things about this movie, Brian. You know,
it looks very. I don't know. At first, I thought that was a robot head at first when I was a kid.
I remember you said that when we were on your stream. I mean, it's terrifying because you're looking for a human being, and then there's just this.
Yeah, you got just have this head. Did you guys have the like bubblegum cards for Alien?
No, we used to have a sticker album. A sticker
album.
They
had them for Star Wars. They had them for Superman. They had them for a lot of
Aliens
too.
Yeah. I didn't get the Alien one. Now I want them.
Okay, just pausing it again briefly. Let me just shout out the chat. We have Dempsey, who's been a member for 7 months. In Wakizashi's Teahouse, no one can hear you scream.
I thought it was no one can hear you drink. No one here can hear you drink.
I am actually on tea today. Look, I swear, it's green tea. It's not something.
It's probably peyote. He's going to trip balls once the alien shows up.
Mushroom soup, a mushroom brew. William Richards, this might be my favourite collection of people ever. Very kind of you, sir. Thank you.
Cheers. Good to see you, William.
Okay.
What's up, buddy?
So are we all good? Are we all caught up? Let me just double check for anyone else who is watching at home. It sounds so weird. I'm on 05:22. So 5 minutes 22. They're about to wake up, aren't they? They're about to be woken up in their
I like
capsules.
how the room is dark, but then as the cryo chambers open up slowly, then it gradually brightens the room up. So
yes,
it's almost like it has a soft angelic bright. It has an angelic look.
Also, because you don't have there's really no audio at this point. It's all just the visual, the background music, and then the pods opening.
Yeah.
It in the theater, you hear the hum of the ship for a lot of this, which I never picked up, even on DVD. But the theater, it's kind of like this vibration, and then it's I don't know, the atmospherics in the theater again of seeing this. I'm going to see it again because it changed the movie for me.
I do need to see this in the theater. I agree.
If
they're doing a 45th anniversary.
I want to go with everybody here and everybody in chat and us to get scared shitless and then to eat too much popcorn. I mean, just like you have no idea how after 3.5 years of doing this, how many people are in chat, including Miss Martin Muses. I don't know if she'll go see this or not, but to hang out with you guys and watch a movie like this, it would be amazing. And then to sit down and talk about it. Yeah.
William Hurt had no body fat. None. There's not an ounce of fat on that man. It's terrifying.
Yeah, he just had charred up lungs from all that smoking he did.
The only guy that's fat is Yaphet Kotto. He's like the only guy who's like kind of plump. Everybody else is like lean as they can be.
Yeah, Yaphet Kotto was like, I think he was like 6'4", so he's a big dude.
How young does John Hurt look here? So young.
I know.
I mean, he probably wasn't even then, but he looks so young here.
One thing I didn't ever notice until I saw the Lord of the Rings, I never realized how short Ian Holm was because they always shot him like at an angle, so you couldn't really tell. There were very few shots of him actually, being, what the kids call it, mogged by the other casts. Because he was short.
I don't know. He's a perfect hobbit, isn't he? He played the perfect hobbit because he was short in real life.
I think around this time he played Frodo in the audio drama of
really?
Lord of the Rings, I think.
Harry Dean Stanton.
Yeah, like look how bright and angelic it looks. Everybody looks and all that.
I hear you, Dempsey. Mate.
It looks very.
The lighting.
Yeah. And the music is very soft and wholesome right now.
But it's there. It's that. They do such a nice job with background music.
Look at all that cigarette smoke.
I love the way they're smoking.
Was good for you back then.
70s childhood, kids. This was 70s and 80s being a kid. This was
your living
everywhere.
room. You're in the car.
It's like, whoa,
just roll the window down in the back, kid. You'll be fine.
But guys, it's a working class angle. These are like working class, blue collar workers. That's what makes it work. I'll tell you a bit.
The boss man.
See, they got a sense of humor. They're normal people.
Look at how young Sigourney Weaver looks.
Is that better? Can you hear it now?
Yeah, we can hear it just fine.
Good.
Equitable level, yeah.
I have the same
and that's
problem.
Chris Christopherson. I mean, he was hot off his success in Breaker 19 or whatever that. All the CB movies of the 70s. Does anybody remember that?
Yeah.
That is not Chris Christopherson.
We got a great big convoy. Stop now.
That's exactly it.
This is Rubber Duck coming in.
The thing about this is I never got the sense that this was a set. This was a spaceship. And even the spaceship felt alien again in the 70s because it was so industrial.
Yep.
Yeah, the only room that looks even kind of spacey is that control room where he's talking to Mother. That's the one, the white.
It's like a womb. Like a womb.
That's it. Everything else is very practical. It's if you've ever been in a helicopter, it looks like this. I can smell this scene, the coffee, the grease.
The LED, can you smell the LED lights too?
We didn't have LED in helicopters.
Nerd Poriel coming in with that sucker punch. But they were so big into the flippy LED lights. You remember that, Roman, from the original Battlestar Galactica? Like, everything had that trippy out, like, Christmas light action.
Oh, Battlestar Galactica. Oh, it was so nice.
Happy days.
That was a good time. Those were the days, right? Yeah. Here, look at that, though. The exterior of the ship makes me mildly aroused. I'm not going to lie.
Well, if you need to turn your camera off, that's okay. It'll take a little time.
Fucking Lambert. Poor Lambert. I feel bad for her.
I love that whole control room. I love the flight deck on this ship.
Lambert's scream used to haunt me in my nightmares. Lambert's scream. Oh my god.
I love this. It's not our system. I know. The cattiness between the two of them is great.
Yeah.
Your Barmy says most of Nostromo contrasts the Enterprise really well. It's true. Very different in anything we saw in Star Wars, too.
Yeah, this is the flip side of that, with maybe the exception of the Falcon. But even Falcon is pretty glorious compared to this thing.
I mean, it looks like a city in space, kind of.
It's like an aircraft carrier. That's what this reminds me of.
Guys. 10 minutes, 6 seconds, 10:06. Just pause it for a minute, catch it. Look at that. That's amazing shot. Gorgeous shot of the Nostromo from outside. Jacob's saying that the control room is beautiful. Yeah, it's so soft, it's so light, it's like warm, inviting. It calms you down, doesn't it, after the build-up of the tension outside?
Yeah. I didn't realize this model was 11 feet long. Can you imagine?
Wow, that is a model. So 10:06 is what we're paused at right now?
Yeah. 10,
all right, I'm checking my way back a little bit. I was a little bit ahead because I'm always a little bit ahead.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Just ask Mrs.
There's also the problem with StreamYard being delayed as well. I don't know how that figures with everybody at home. Oh yeah, I never thought about that. The stream delay, Nerdporial, is that a problem? Not really.
Oh, I just brought myself back a little bit. It all works out. I've seen this movie 9 billion times. I can not see the movie and hear you guys talking and know exactly where you are in this movie.
Okay, here we go. Let's carry on. 10:06.
I was there 3,000 years ago.
You and I both,
model. Look at that.
How old are you, Roman? How old are you?
I think you and I are close. I will be. How old am I? What year is this? This is 2024. So I am 50. It's May. It's April. I'm 53. I'll be 54 in a couple months.
Okay, so I'm like 2 or 3 months older than you because I turned 54 in March. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, you and I are like biscuits in the same tray.
Yeah.
I know.
I like how these two are still bitching about the pay.
I love it. Well, we're in space, and it's just it's literally like guys would be fighting like you know, like on a freighter.
That's
or
what makes
like
it relatable,
that, you know?
doesn't it?
Yeah.
They ground it with that. It's grounded.
Look at him bullying Ash out of that chair.
And then wiping the chair after the robot was sitting on it or whatever. Yeah. I got to clean up after this white boy because my bottom's too precious for that. I love it.
Do you guys want captions on, by the way? I never thought if it's a bit low to hear.
Sure.
I'm fine. I know the dialogue. This is the interesting spot, though, where you don't necessarily know that Weyland-Yutani is setting them up. You don't. You just think everything's like, oh yeah, they're just we got a thing, we have to go investigate them.
It's part of the rules of the company.
Yep.
I love it.
This is what happens when you don't read your contract. He's like, this is not my contract. He's like, yes, it is.
Yaphet Kotto is so good, isn't he? Him and Dean Stanton.
Give me some money and I'll do it.
God, I still remember him from that James Bond movie with the guy with the ridiculous not arm thing and the oh God. Yeah.
Total forfeiture of shares.
Got told off there. Oh. You got that, Roman?
Hey, that's all you have to say.
I love that change in tone.
There. There's like a Saturn-style planet and a couple of...
Oh, I love it. LV426.
Yep.
I really want to see this in the theater again. God. Oh.
Me too. I got to see Conan in the theater, and it really brought me back to what that movie was. I want to see Alien in the theater as well.
I'm so jealous you guys in the States. You get it. We don't get it in Japan, of course. We don't get the re-releases over here. So
look at that. That looks so like...
One day.
That's just beautiful. It's such a beautiful shot.
The space scene, it looks like space, you know?
And this is all practical. This is before they couldn't do the crazy stuff they do now.
That's why it's so good.
Isn't that like a painting? Didn't they paint the planets like they usually do in these movies?
Yeah, and then they
think
do that,
it was matte.
All the matte painting stuff. That was the day. But then you have the practical effects in the ship, which has that, high tech stuff. But in the background, you have the matte paintings. That was the perfect relationship in sci-fi. That's when everything was glorious. It's before they could make things too clean and.
I never thought of it. You know that scene they did the shuttle kind of coming out like that. You know what it made me think of when the aliens retractable mouth extends at the end of the movie. I don't know if that's supposed to be related or something or
interesting.
Possibly. I'm going to shout some people out. We've got Stygian Dogs has joined us. Cheers. The link to watch with us in Discord is there.
Oh,
and
hey.
Jana Banana is here.
Good to see you, mate. Stygian Dogs does some great Conan the Barbarian comic book reviews on his channel. Do check it out.
Brilliant.
That soundtrack coming up.
Yeah. Goldsmith did this and the motion picture both in 79. Yeah. Like, dude.
Check where we are.
Dude.
1449.
He
He did a lot of great soundtracks. We should do a video just talking about him and his influence on.
Yeah, he did Gremlins. He did Planet of the Apes. What's the one with Anthony Hopkins and Alec Baldwin where they're being hunted by a bear in the woods in the mountains or something? They're I forget. I can't think of the name of it. It was the 90s movie.
Guys, we're pausing it at 15:01, 15 minutes and 1 second, just to catch up with everybody. So yeah, what are your thoughts then on the opening 15 minutes? Not a lot of action.
It was. I initially thought it was slow. When I was a kid, I thought it was slow. I was like, is there anything going to happen? Is this movie? I was like, this movie seems to be disappointing, and then the event happened. I was like, okay, this movie's not disappointing.
I felt the same way as a kid when it came out. You know, I mean, and again, what other movie came out? Star Trek, the motion picture #1. Also, very slow, especially with the 2024 attention span.
Yeah.
But even then, it was slow when it came out. But my God, now I savor it. It's kind of like
I love that one. Not everybody loves
up at the beginning.
That movie, but I do love Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Roman, you're the only person in the world that loves Star Trek: The Motion Picture. Not even Robert Meyer Burnett likes it. I love
every part of that movie, and I know it's slow, but I still love it because it did what it did.
I got a question. What did you think of that 5-minute beautiful sequence with the Enterprise? I know this is
Enterprise porn.
I just had to ask.
Oh,
yeah, Enterprise porn.
The Enterprise gasm scene. That was, oh my God, because they just keep going around. The music keeps playing. They go around the other side. The music keeps playing.
That soundtrack is magic.
It's because that's the first time. I remember, because we're looking back at that, but audiences hadn't seen Enterprise in that form for
a decade,
a very long time.
Okay, guys, let's get back to the movie. Roman, Notorious Salty. Fame on it. Good to see you, mate. You're in the Discord. He's got it working now. I know, mate. Discord can be a bit of a nightmare, so I'm going to start it. We're on 15 minutes and 1 second. Let's start. Let's press play.
The landing gear. There's always a problem with the landing gear in these movies.
And it's impressive the way they do it, though. It seems very practical. Again, it hits a spot where it shouldn't hit, and things go wrong. And inside the ship, everything, all the steam is going out, which is great.
Yeah, I could see why like the moon landing was tricky. Like all those rocks all over the place. You got to be very careful where you land.
If you're not coming down in a clean zone with gear that's not supposed to move, you're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
You're still trying to verify the email. No, I just gave up. I'm just watching it completely separate now. Yeah, I gave up on Discord.
Dropping off now, Ian Holm. Ash, still dropping. It's awesome. Still dropping.
That's like me after Taco Bell at 2 a.m. Still dropping. I'm sorry. That was unprofessional.
But again, this feels physical. It feels like, solid. They look real.
Feels like ships. It feels like it's happening. It feels like this could happen because of all the practical stuff and the use of models.
This is Ridley Scott in his prime. This and Blade Runner are Ridley Scott in his prime because he brought us something that didn't exist and made it exist. There's nothing you see in these movies that you don't think couldn't be. It all seems like it definitely could be good. All of this could be happening.
You're barmy. I used to think that we didn't. Maybe we didn't until later. But now that I've been doing some other research on some of the stuff they brought back from the moon and a lot of solar impact nuclear fused glass, I think we did get there eventually.
Why do I hear my son yelling? Oh boy, here it goes. Yep.
What a landing that is. Jesus.
We'll be lucky if we could do that on Mars. Seriously, if we all don't die trying to land on Mars.
That is no lie. Have you guys seen For All Mankind?
I've only seen the first episode, but I still have to watch the rest.
Yeah, I've watched it through season 3. Season 4 is done now. I haven't watched season 4. They're also very good about the practicalities about a lot of the space stuff. They do a nice job with it.
Roman, is that worth sticking with? Because I started it, I got halfway through season 1, and I thought it got a bit soap opera-y. It was all very.
You stopped watching? Oh my God!
Yeah.
No, I kept watching. I didn't. Okay. I haven't picked up season 4 yet, though. That's it. I went through season 3. I enjoyed the entire stuff. Season 3 got a little wonky, but not so much that I would have stopped. I just got busy with other shows because there's something like that.
We got Cobra Ex Machina saying Ben Burt's sound design in the scene is unmatched.
All of it, yeah, and it does a really good job. I mean, like in this scene, because we don't know this is normal to them, but it doesn't seem normal, and they're freaking out,
right?
And so we're freaking out because we're along with them for this ride.
Well, that's like right now, like if a helicopter breaks on the flight deck. I'm freaking out down in maintenance control. My techs up on the deck are telling me what they need to do to fix it. It's exactly the same thing.
This wind, the wind sound. How good is that on the headphones? Wow.
I love it.
Awesome.
I also love the color palette, how rich the blues and the greens are and the blacks are washed out. It's eerie.
Let's see where we're up to. Let people know. Come to 19 minutes.
Something just unsettling about hearing that.
Yeah. God, I miss good movies.
So, are we watching the theatrical version, Gray, or are we watching the director's version?
As far as I know, it's a theatrical.
Okay.
It doesn't say director's cut, so.
All right, so we didn't get the scene where they actually listened to the SOS.
No. They just landed on the, what's it called? I forget. My stream brain. They just landed on
LV 426.
426. Thank you.
What I like this.
Your Barmy says Ripley was the DEI hire, guys. Let's be realistic.
Oh, shut up.
I think she was the eye candy hire, of which I approve of. Okay? Don't be
Dean Stanton was
she was one of my first crushes because she's also super tall. Orville Nation has joined us as well. Welcome, everybody, again.
What's up, PJ?
Hey. How you doing, man?
I like all the conversation scenes that are in this as well, though, because it's not just all the action stuff. They actually discuss things before they do it, and it's not just like one person making an arbitrary decision. It's like, okay, well, this is going on. This is going on.
Okay, what's up with this right here? Is he like malfunctioning or something, or like he's just like? It's like, okay, he's obviously there's something off about him.
I'm not sure.
Oh, Kane in the chair. Or Ash. Pardon me for my
guys,
character.
this scene here when those doors open, the spinning light, the rain, the wind, fucking awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah. You're just like you're just like you don't want to go out in that.
Yeah. You get the understanding this is gonna kill you. Like everything once you leave Earth is trying to kill you. Like everything. You know,
you're in as hostile environment as you could be.
Yeah,
that's why like the new Star Trek. I hate to say it, it shouldn't be an internship in space. You need to have military people. You need to have people that can survive in that environment.
Guys, to counter the DEI comment about Ripley, we've got Copa saying Parker was a DEI. They shoved him in the engine room and said, "You're getting paid less." It's true.
And for extra punishment, we're gonna put this stupid white guy over here who, is basically useless and can't fix anything, and you're in charge of him.
I love the suits as well, the space suits, because they weren't classic space suits. They're awesome, but they're not what you think of normally.
This almost, I mean, I think Battlestar Galactica may have borrowed from this very lived-in, utilitarian aesthetic.
I love this scene with the pipe thing.
Well, I like how they bullshit and they say, "Oh, it's gonna be 25 hours" when he said 16 earlier.
What do you say, Napoleon? What?
What?
So
what?
Good.
What?
It's so good.
And then she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna come down and see what you guys are doing." Like, what the hell is she coming down here?
You just turn it off. It's so good.
I love it.
We're not doing any more. We're not going to do any more work until we get this settled.
Jacob said that
no
external ship scene is those kids in suits. Those are kids
Really?
in suits by the ship, and I didn't realize.
I had no idea.
Wow.
For the scale, maybe for that to work. Oh wow.
Imagine only 7 people in the entire cast. Like that. I mean, that's it. Just they're all no extras
movies
except
are
for
the best.
It's just the 7 actors and the alien.
Yeah.
Please do.
But yeah, that derelict ship that they get to, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it is so unsettling looking at that. It looks like it looks like a snake.
Isn't it? Giga.
This whole scene was the other part that was really scared the shit out of me as a kid. Was them out there, and I'm like, is something gonna get them? And they get in the ship, and is something gonna get them? I mean, all of it it was that slow burn psychological terror. Especially
when the ship looks organic, like it looks like you're in the belly or in the mouth of a beast or something like that.
I'm happy Converse survived into the future, says Fear Monarch. I missed that. Was it a Converse?
They were big in the 80s. I was a Converse guy, not a Nike guy. Massive. I was all about the Converse. Yeah.
In the 80s, I was a Converse guy. High tops and white.
Chuck Taylor, basically. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Wasn't it like that was like the basketball shoes of the 50s or something? Terrible for your feet. I would not wear those to play basketball.
I did not play basketball ever in those shoes. Yes. She has high tops.
Ah, okay, gotcha. I'll have a look. High tops.
Bull.
Look at that view.
Look at that.
Gray, you can pause it and show. You can show a still for a couple seconds.
Look at that. Look at that fog machine at work.
Salty. It's just going to do exactly that.
Did they hire Joe Dante's fog machine guy? I swear, if you ever seen a Joe Dante film, like there's the fog guy gets paid overtime in those movies, especially The Howling.
Look at that scene.
Yes,
it's freaking beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
like you could see the ring. You could see the ring right there. You could see the planet and the other. I think was that another moon or something.
24:58 into the movie. Look
movie
at that.
Is amazing. 45 years old. Okay, It's 45 years old. It came out when Jimmy Carter was president, and we're here sitting geeking out over this.
So good. Where are we? Stop sharing.
This is where I have a problem with modern filmmaking, because they could do things back then that made us go wow and still make us go wow. In modern era, they might make us go wow when we're in the theaters and we see it. Then we sit and we think about it for a minute after the movie. We're like, I have some problems with this. I have zero problems with Alien. I have zero problems with the practical effects in Alien. I can look at this movie and still be as wowed as I was back when I was a child and peeing myself because I thought the egg was under my bed and there's something that was going to attach itself to my face.
Copa Ex Machina says, I'm literally watching this movie in my head with you. That's how autistic I am of an Alien.
Yeah.
I get it. I didn't mean to steal your thunder, Gray. I know you got a little bit of a cold, so I was trying to get your back. So
thanks, darling. 24:58. So say 25 minutes in. Here we go. Let's carry on.
Yes, Fear Monarch, that peanut guy. That's Jimmy Carter. Yep.
Okay, you guys share the movie, Gray.
Oh, sorry. What's happened? Is it gone?
It's gone. You just got to share it again.
It'll be fine. These things happen.
There we go.
Performance anxiety. Yeah, there we go. Now we're back.
Ladies, I was just going to say, guys, before I start up again, this next scene is so good because you see it through their video feed. So it's not clear. It's like scratchy. It's it's blurry, and that's the first view you get of the Giga ship, isn't it? How good is that?
Yeah, the first-person shooter kind of view in this is great.
Yep.
Is that showing now? That's good, isn't it? Here we go.
If you guys like this movie, you guys got to play Alien Isolation.
I haven't played that. I used to play the Aliens. It was like the first-person shooter. You could be an alien, a marine, a predator in the game. I love that game so much. I was terrible at it, but I loved it.
Look at that feed. Wow.
What is it? Let's get out of here. Salty.
I was just cleaning a firearm in preparation of a facehugger. You think I'm kidding? Yeah.
Have you guys seen the practical facehugger effect from Romulus? They do like a behind the scenes where they just have one of them running around in the like warehouse or wherever they're working. It looks fantastic, guys. And again, I know I'm getting my hopes up, and I hate it.
Yeah.
What are you guys seeing right now?
The derelict ship.
Are you inside the ship or are you outside the ship?
No, we're external.
Or not yet?
We're getting external.
We got the U. Got the shot of the U.
Okay. This is so creepy to me. Like, we had never seen anything like this that I remember as a 9-year-old in a science fiction movie. We had movies coming out like, oh God, what was that? That Battle Beyond the Stars and The Black Hole, but nobody was doing anything like this at all in science fiction.
Well, you know what else was weird about the ship? It wasn't symmetrical. It was like weird shaped. You didn't have the big bowl of Enterprise or just a nice smooth design. It's this funky U thing that has these bulbous endings that are not matching, and it isn't. It like screws with your brain when you look at it. It's like
one side looks like one side has what looks like a thumb, and then the other side looks like what it has like a knob on the side.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
This sounds like testimony from Harvey Weinstein's Drape trial.
Gray's like, why, guys, why?
Low Spec saying Battle Beyond the Stars had a ship that looked like a nutsack. That's true. It's true.
That's so true. Low Spec, dude, that was a home run. Seriously, and it had John Boy. It had John Boy from the Waltons in it. So yeah,
it did. It did. Yeah.
Look at this.
There it is. That's the H.R. Giger design right here. Look at how wet and
so freaky,
organic, slimy, and
very claustrophobic, Brian, too.
Yeah. And I like how, like in 2001, you're just hearing them breathe. You're hearing them breathe, and then you got this little creepy, ooh in the soundtrack right now. I think the game that I played has a derelict ship like this, Super Metroid. So
I knew that was going to pop up eventually. Those are great streams, though, dude. I love watching you play that game.
Super Metroid.
Based off, if you're going to borrow something, borrow from the best, and this movie's one of the best.
Yeah, no lie.
So compare this inside of the ship here to the inside of the Nostromo. It's so good how it's so different, so weird, so organic, like you said.
Well, the big open space is crazy for the flight deck in the. We didn't even have a name for them then. We just called them the elephant alien.
Yeah.
Fear Monarch says this makes me just want to go home and watch it on the big screen tomorrow.
Yeah, the big screen.
Yeah. Can't go wrong. God, that Giger design. Pause it, Gray. Just as soon as you see it, you know who designed it. Seriously, I mean,
look at that giant Borg space jockey guy.
This scared the shit out of me as a kid. I'm like, are you kidding me? What is this about?
Look at this. Just look at it.
I'll say this: the engineers in Prometheus did not do this justice, in my opinion.
I agree. No, that was such a miss.
I hated that. You don't need to know everything about a thing. The mystery of a thing is sometimes the best part of the thing.
Yeah. Agreed.
Because honestly, I was really looking forward to. I was like, oh, we're going to learn more about these people.
I did too.
And then what we got was,
it's another one of those things of how could you fuck this up? How could you fuck this up? Really,
don't over-explain things. Stop explaining everything.
Yeah,
Jesus.
If you over-explain it fucks it up.
The condensation on his helmet. Look at that.
Dempsey says, Roman, especially in horror, the fear of the unknown is the most powerful.
Yeah. And we saw that in Jaws. I mean, that's one of the most powerful movies that you never really see the thing until, the very end.
Yeah, and then when you see the shark at the very end, you can tell it has a hole in it.
You can
see right through it.
Bruce does not look healthy. But this movie used that well, and the thing, you didn't see, I mean, the thing, but when things finally started happening, it was crazy. But this was one of the great isolation.
It looks real. Like look at that. It looks like real.
I believe this is real. And the other thing is, like, where I am, I find fossils all the time, and they really, these things look like that they're fossilized. Like, these guys knew what the hell they were doing with the effects.
Wow, looks like it's something ripped out of its chest. It's clearly not going to pay off later.
Okay, we're up to 30 minutes, guys. Again, briefly pause it for people. 30 minutes in, my God. Anything you want to shout out? I mean, we talked a lot about it. It's just incredible. It's incredible.
No, but you define what modern sci-fi should be in that first 30 minutes of the film. You get the realism of the modern age brought forward in not an unrelatable way. And I love Star Trek. Please I don't want to diminish Star Trek. I love Star Trek a great deal. But this Star Trek is always very polished. That's what you would love the future to be, is what Star Trek is. This is what the future would be. It's the same stuff you're dealing with right now, just brought that much further down the line.
But I'm going to juxtapose something real quick, and I want to throw this to Brian especially. Star Trek the Motion Picture, you didn't have stuff, but when we got to the Wrath of Khan, we had Chekhov with the ear thing that Khan put in there, and then the what was it? The captain, I forget what the African American captain, and they put that worm in. Yeah. And I'm really wondering if maybe Alien didn't have an influence on doing something like that, a slight horror element in a movie like that.
Yeah, I think Alien most certainly did. I think Nimoy was also in Invasion of the Body Snatchers, so that was another callback. I mean, heck, they play in Invasion of the Body Snatchers. They played the exact same bagpipe "Amazing Grace" in that movie. I'm listening to it, like, it's the exact same thing you hear at the end of Wrath of Khan. So, I mean, maybe it was that, but yeah. But the horror, there was a jump scare in the Wrath of Khan when they board the regular one. You see a rat, and it gets very tense, and all of a sudden, McCoy turns around. There's a body hanging there. Yeah, I mean, there were scary moments, and even the motion picture, the messed up part with the transporter, the people died. The Commander Sonak and another person died. Yeah, they're forming, and then they scream, and then that was the end of them. That was another horror element. That's one thing I liked about sci-fi back in that era, because
guys,
they
want
did
to bring up. That's okay. Just two things before I get to Dempsey's comment. The fact that when you first see this alien, this is not the alien of the movie. It's another alien. How amazing is that? Which has been burst out of by the chest hugger. Yep. Dempsey's saying, according to the law of the franchise, these xenomorphs take on DNA attributes from their hosts, right? So this particular one that busted out of the space jockey would be different than the human ones.
Yeah.
Like, the one Alien 3 which bursts out the dog. It's like a dog-style alien.
Terribly different, because the engineers were very much like us. They were just bigger. But the problem is you have to move forward to know these things. We don't know the engineers in this stage. This is just another alien. We don't even know that this is a suit at this point.
We don't know how old it is. It could have been there for years and years and years, of course, like thousands of years. It's so cool. It just leaves so much to your imagination.
Yeah, anything that's fossilized, I don't know. It's in the millions. Even in an environment like that, to become fossilized, which means it turns to stone essentially. Yeah.
Let's all shout. Shut
up, Steve.
Steve.
Steve
Ripley's wearing way too much clothes. She's wearing way too much clothes in this movie until the end. Just want to say that.
Get in here, mate, if you want to. Okay, we're 30 minutes in. We're going to restart it. Here we go. Just it's unbelievable.
But yeah, I mean, I think we should do another Alien stream, Brian. Like, really, and compare it with some of the other horror of sci-fi.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Look at that skull. It's like, looks like it.
See, at this point, to me, this is actually the alien. This isn't a suit. That's why I know they changed it when they got to Prometheus. But that's not a suit. That's the alien.
Mm-hmm.
That's the alien. Yeah.
I hate that they did that. That he did that.
He shouldn't have needed a suit because he was in his own ship, or it was in its own ship. It's not a suit, is it? It should be like fine.
No, and it doesn't look like it's a suit. That's the guy. It's where modern filmmaking goes bad, radically.
Long day at work, mate. I feel for you, Steve. I had a crazy long week and I'm wrecked. I've got crazy allergy symptoms at the moment. There we go. Are you okay down there?
Another great shot there.
Yes. Look how deep it looks. Look at that shot there. I've got to do it. I'm sorry. I know I keep pausing. I've just got to share this shot. Look at this.
I love this shot.
It's huge.
Going down the hole.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, it's you. Oh my God. He's like going down and it's a mine shaft that he has no idea where he's going.
Salty, we're going to see the Who's laser light soon, aren't we? The Who. The Who. Okay, I'll get back to it. Let me just stop that a sec.
Do you guys know that... wait, you ended the stream, Gray.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah. Yeah, gotta reset it
I
up.
go to get a beer and everything goes to shit. Look at this. I mean, I got one of my favorite
ended
beers.
the stream. I just shared. I stopped sharing on the wrong thing. Here we go. Boom. Haha.
You know, hey, did you know that ship, that derelict ship, actually survives aliens? Actually, it was out of the blast. It was out of the blast range. So they could have.
No way.
They could include it in a future movie. You know,
I didn't think about that. Can hear some in the background. Someone's audio, just very, very, very slightly. Doesn't matter.
I blame Roman.
It's probably me.
No, it's good now.
The mist. The mist that's covering the eggs. What the fuck? Because we never see something like this again.
Isn't it supposed to be like it's like a beam or something? When you disturb it, then it
like
means the
tripwire,
alien.
Yeah,
so that's why the alien hatches
I
at
love
that
it.
point.
But
so
you
terrifying.
never had something like this. This was never there was never something like this in the films before, or maybe this was something that was put up as a precaution by the pilots or the engineers, whomever was was transporting this. You don't go below this level. If you do, and you hear this noise, get out of that zone because you've now released the critters.
Kane, are you all right?
Yeah.
I just slipped. When he slips, you know it's going to be over very soon. You just know he's on it.
Yeah,
Kane's
curiosity, Kane's ambition for glory is what's going to cost him his life ultimately. That's because he's the one that's pushing to go on. He was the one that's pushing to be lower down here to take points.
We figured out where the noise was. Apparently, somebody in chat. We won't name names.
No naming names.
So thank you for that. Yeah.
Thanks, Lois.
All right, we're making this shit up as we go along tonight. You guys will probably...
I can't believe it's worked this long. Can you, Salty?
I can.
Can't believe it's still working. It's me, for God's sake.
Look at that. Look at the fact that you could see inside the egg. Look at that.
It was like chicken innards or something they used for this.
Oh.
I appreciate
this is so good.
Oh, pause it. We got to show the kids at home. This is creepy AF, guys. I don't care if this is 45 years old.
Yep.
Do you think they could do effects like this today? I don't think they could do it.
No.
that movement there, that scary, scary movement.
No, because if you do it digitally, which was what they would do now, it doesn't look the same. It doesn't have that same impact.
Yeah.
I'll just show a little bit.
Look
Just take
at
one chance if
this
we go
thing.
boom. Seems to have life. It's alive.
Yeah. This is creepy AF.
Okay, I'll get back to saying. So stop sharing on StreamYard and not Discord. There we go. See, I've worked it out, guys. I've got there. It's only taken me 2 hours. And hail to Angry Canadian, member for 11 months, mate. That is awesome. Let me drop you a quick clip. Angry Canadian, this has to be for you.
Sayonara, sucker.
Still better than the Marvels.
Sucker.
Still better effects than the Marvels.
Absolutely. Okay. So where are we up to, Salty? We're 34 minutes in. Gray's paused it at 34. Let's go. Volcanic Live.
And here we go. Here's where the fun begins.
Oh, Jesus.
I never get used to this facehugger thing.
I forgot what they used in that. That's like a heart. That's like a cow
real.
heart.
It looks just bloody real.
Kane just looking in there like everything's fine.
God.
And then it just cuts to outside with the wind. That is so good.
I mean, that whole thing, the facehugger is supposed to be like just this scary existential. I mean, it's like, imagine there's a monster that can orally rape you and you can't do anything about it. You can't fight it. It'll knock you out. And
we're talking about Harvey Weinstein again, right? Okay.
Yeah. Harvey Weinstein. Yeah.
Or if you want the pudding and the Coke.
There goes the monetization on the stream. Anyway, never mind. I'm joking. I don't care.
Oh, this part, the quarantine. God. I like how they're like, gotta get us in. Kane's gonna die, and she's like, well, we can all die if we don't follow the proper quarantine procedures.
Right in following protocols.
Yeah,
Ripley was right.
And you know who undermined her? Effing Ash.
Yes,
Ash, that goddamn robot.
Ash knows, doesn't he? He knows, so he wants it in.
Yes, yeah, he because him and Mother, I think, are tied in, so he's getting all the encrypted stuff.
Fear Monarch is in rare form tonight. Cheers! It's the weekend.
What's he saying? Where are we?
Gonna grape him in the mouth. Yep.
Of course, Brian has to read it. We can't just like casually skip over that. But
grapes. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Dallas is completely disregarding procedure.
Yeah, protocol.
Hey, look at that jerk. You just let him in. And then we get the famous line from Parker, which I feel is very very influential to Metroid. How come you guys don't freeze him? Because in the Metroid game, their weakness is you freezing the Metroids. And then you shoot them with a missile.
This scene used to freak me out as a kid when they're breaking open the helmet there.
Yep.
Oh god, it looks so, it's going to hurt him. It's going to kill him. What are you doing?
Yeah. So
the glass is all screwed up too. It's not clear glass anymore. Now it looks.
No, it's not.
It's facehugger, but that's what's keeping the atmosphere of a suit in. Is the facehugger that's orally violating him, and now your Barmy's in it. On it. So yeah.
How are we gonna get it off?
Oh Lord.
It's too bad Kane can't morph into a morph ball and just morph bomb the thing off of him like Samus can do with the Metroids. Because the Metroids will grab you from the head and they will suck your life out. Everything. So
maybe Alien Romulus will do that.
In the director's version, you get the beginning of a nice little smack fight between Lambert and Ripley. I don't know if you guys know that.
Yeah, I've got that version too. I got that on DVD, and I actually prefer the theatrical a lot more.
Sometimes theatrical is better. I mean, there are times that it works better.
I feel that way.
I like the directors. I like the directors more, but that's because there's more content. That's just me.
Yeah, I like Apocalypse Now, the theatrical cut, much better than the Redux. So
AC, you're the only one here that truly appreciates those references, those video game references.
Silence.
DJ Ronnie G has joined us. He says, one of these days I'll try to 3D print the Nostromo. Ooh. I would send you money for one of those, especially if I could get one like 12 inches. I mean, and I'm talking about a model, not a gay sex thing.
You heard it here first, ladies.
Shut up, Gray. I know where you. I know the skeletons in your closet. So
shh, Jesus. They're listening. They're always listening, mate.
I like Ash's bullshit right here. Like it's clearly putting something into his body. Oh, it's feeding him oxygen. F off.
That ain't oxygen.
It's definitely not oxygen. It's seedlings.
Do you reckon he knows what it's doing at this point? It's just like keeping quiet.
They knew about the alien. They've encountered. They've encountered it before. So I think he knows. Yeah. Maybe not him directly, but the company has. Weyland-Yutani has. Oh, this part, dude. The acid.
The
acid for blood. And it burns through 3 levels of the ship. 3 levels.
It spurts out. This acid spurts out. And like you say, it just burns its way through the ship. You're like, when's it going to stop? Unbelievable.
Your Barmy says, I feel like Ash is testing its capabilities, gathering knowledge. In retrospect, I think you're right.
Yeah.
The first time watching this and as a kid, I was scared shitless. But I think now you can see how deliberate Ash is and is actually kicking the tires on this thing. So,
So you just got to pay attention to. You have to pay attention to Ash. And when we did our stream, Salty, like right before the event happens at the dinner table, Ash looks like he knew exactly when it was going to happen, because he looked right at Kane when Kane was starting to convulse. So
there we go.
They're gonna riot in Discord.
I like how one thing I'll say about Aliens. I like how Aliens directly addresses like this defense mechanism that the alien has. Good. That you do not dare kill it, especially in close quarters.
Give me your pen. What is it? Why? I don't know what the point to this is.
He wanted to see if it was kind of done. Done eating.
Clearly not. You can watch the metal melting around it and not stick a pen in it. Oh. I mean, it's fun.
Well, maybe Dallas wanted to use that pen for something.
Or maybe he freaking hated what's his name and wanted to ruin his pen.
Probably.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you for that back.
They wanted to see if the acid was stopping. shoving his help, shoving Harry Dean Stanton in the front. Oh, Parker, the engineer. I think, wasn't it Alien versus Predator? Like the aliens actually started spitting out acid and stuff, which I thought was stupid.
I don't remember that.
Fear Monarch says it's like dropping a lightsaber vertical, unless, of course, it's the Old Republic, and then it's no big deal. Lightsabers are...
Oh, you mean Dave Filoni? Oh, you mean Ahsoka, Dave Filoni? Yeah.
Just anything involving that franchise now. I can't wait to see what Leslie fucking Headland does with them.
Oh, probably sex toys. Matrix. Oh my God, that's gonna be so terrible.
But it'll be diversely terrible. You bigot.
That's true. At least they'll have that.
I forget. I think they're still on the planet, right? Yeah, they're still on the moon.
Yep. Yeah, they haven't left yet.
This is great, guys. We've got 8 people in Discord with us.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining us. It's fun to watch movies with friends. Seriously.
And there's still 12 people watching on YouTube. I can't believe it. I thought they'd be gone by now.
Yeah, this place does give me the creeps.
It sure does.
Like, could you imagine being on like this type of mission and then you're in this type of situation? Like, one thing I'll say about Alien is this is a disaster movie too. It's not just a horror movie; it's also a disaster movie. Like especially at the end where everything's just going south, and they're just
because they're not there for this. They're there to they went to wherever they were, collected a shipment of ore from other guys who are probably doing that, and then they're bringing the ore back. That is their mission. You know, it's like a Pax mail cargo run.
Yeah,
and none of these are space marines. You know, none of these are tactically. You know, maybe they're ex-soldiers, but they're just civilians. I mean, they're literally on a barge. They're on a space barge carrying coal, and then an alien comes and kicks their ass. That's the story.
I like how he's looking at the creature, and then he's just like, "Uh-oh, jig's up." Ripley's there.
What was he watching on the screen there?
That was the alien. He was the alien. That was the baby. Right. That's Kane's son.
Who was that? Welcome, Boosh. We're staying muted in Discord. I appreciate it, mate. You're welcome to watch with us. That's awesome.
What would you have done? Seriously, that line.
He's so sarcastic, and he's just like me here. You know?
I would have left them all outside to fucking die is what I would have done. So none of us died.
Quarantine procedures are not there to be the convenient. They're to prevent what the fuck is about to happen. Let's be serious about it. You know?
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't forget. Discord is weird, Boosh. You're right. Just ask Roman.
I couldn't even log in, man. That thing hated me.
Yeah,
it told me to screw off 7 different ways.
A big risk for a science officer. He's not what he seems. He is.
Brian, would you say that was a highly illogical science officer decision?
Yeah, very.
Indeed.
Oops.
Yeah.
Salty, I'll be right back, just in case you front for me.
Well, yeah, and here's what's with Ridley Scott and his milk drinking characters.
It is strange, isn't it? Like the directors bring this stuff in. I don't know. I don't know. Boosh McFadden says Ash is showing his true colors a bit. Yeah, and you don't. I mean, you don't really get it all until the end of the movie, or if you've watched it a bunch of times. I think the more you watch this movie, the more that you see from the beginning, like Brian pointed out, just how screwed up Ash is in all of this. You know,
all the Ash stuff was added, so it wasn't in the original script. All that stuff was added by Walter Hill and David Giler. So they added this whole android Weyland-Yutani subplot just to spicing up the movie, make it less boring.
Yeah,
that was a good choice.
Yeah, and welcome again to you, Boosh McFadden. It's great to have you aboard.
Boosh.
All the handheld scenes in this were done by Ridley Scott himself. So anytime you see this sort of shaky down low cam, it's him.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Well, the new director of Romulus is doing. I mean, he's taken on a lot of the responsibilities of filming because he wants it to be a certain way. Again, there are a lot of encouraging elements about Romulus. I hope it is.
I just remember covering it. It's almost 3 years ago now, where they said it was going to be about wealth and equality in space, and I'm like, don't do this. Don't do this.
Well, it doesn't. From what I've seen, no one is talking about those elements. They're talking about the movie. So, as long as they're talking about the movie, that gives me hope. As soon as they start talking about anything other than the movie, then I know we're screwed.
Once you go Shooty Gatwa, you never come back. Like seriously. Yeah.
Shooty. Bye.
Yeah. God, they also know how to do angles in the 70s. Like,
yeah, man.
Great.
Because it's not just like here. It's not just the straight shot. You have
just
up,
pause it
down,
a second here. There we go.
Peculiar.
Just let me check, guys. We're 47, 44 in. Just to welcome new people. So Boosh is here. He's in Discord, but he's not on YouTube. And Dempsey was saying, where are we? He's been in Discord, but he's missing the chat because of YouTube. I don't know the best way of doing it. Have Discord and YouTube on at the same time. Is that the best way? It's tricky, isn't it, Brian?
I don't know. I have 3 monitors on right now, so it's all the same to me.
I've just got one.
I'm live, and I'm so used to jumping between things after 3 years. It's like, yeah, just pop.
I got the movie. I have us. I have YouTube over there,
and porn, and you have porn on the other screen, right?
I don't have another screen. I've only got the 3.
You got to try that when you're live streaming. It actually chills you out quite a
bit. King Prawn. I've only got one monitor. I'm so old school. I just like flicking between tabs and trying to keep hold of everything.
That's what I'm doing.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I just had to give up and just buy more shit. So I have 3 full monitors on here now.
Okay, here we go. Let's carry on. So where are we? 47, 44. Oh.
Where are we? 47, 44. I'm way ahead.
It was that fake jump scare from
the drop.
Dallas.
Yeah,
the drop. And now Ripley's looking up, trying to find. They're all looking for what they think is just a little tiny creature. Where's it gone? Ash knows where it is. Did he actually go psst then? Me too, mate. Just one.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus. My sidearm would be empty and I'd be going click, click, click. I don't care if it's dead or not. We're double dead. You know what I mean?
That's funny, Dallas. You okay? He like covers her up.
Really late as well, Roman. He kind of jumps in like after it all happened, then goes to protect her. Oh, it's funny.
Ash is poking the pork chop there.
Yeah, feminism goes right out the door when there's fucking aliens, guys. You just watch when we get an alien invasion, we don't have to put up with the shit anymore, right? Gotta go back the way it was. Spiders and aliens. Yeah. Hit it with liquid nitrogen. Right on, Dempsey.
A long thin flashlight.
That was that's the 70s. That long flashlight. Yeah.
It was, surprisingly. I love this close up of the 3 faces. It's really cool.
All of these shots are perfect.
Convenient.
They replaced him 2 days before we left with Ash. Another breadcrumb. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't trust anybody.
Ooh.
I love how Dallas is freaked out by this, and he's like, "Look, let's just go home. All right, we can argue like later." And I really respect that. Like, let's shelve this shit.
Let's get out of here.
In orbit.
They're still stuck on the fucking planet. Yeah, they haven't even made it back to the Nostromo yet.
Yeah.
LV-426. or not 420, LV 420, Veermonic. I'm talking to you.
But yeah, I like how he kind of washes his hands of the situation, which kind of, he's just like, this is above my pay grade. I don't even want to deal with this.
I love it when people drop the Warhammer 40K jokes. Jacob Iron says, "I would send in the heavy flamethrower, brother." It's like, hey, I hear the words heavy flamer. I'm good. Just I trust your judgment, Jacob. Works for me, guys. Come on.
Again, a very non-glamorous departure shot here.
Yeah, but it looks like exactly what you'd expect when you're landing on crazy planets. It doesn't.
The vibrations inside in the cockpit.
Yep. Right.
Harry Dean Stanton. What a legend.
Harry Dean Stanton did a reading of Hunter S. Thompson's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It's probably one of the finest audio narrated books ever. But every time I think of Harry Dean Stanton and I hear his voice, I remember Hunter S. Thompson.
Right.
Good night, Fear Monarch. Thanks for stopping in with us.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Right.
Right. Right. It's funnier than you remember too, isn't it? There's a lot more humor in here than I first recall. We're on our way. One more,
poor guy.
His shirt as well, it's awesome. His shirt, his Hawaiian shirt.
He ate the fish on the airplane.
Where are we? Who's that?
I get that reference. Reference.
Hey, but that's not important right now. Smothering. No, go into stasis. Go into stasis. Don't go to dinner. Don't go to dinner.
That's what Kane should have advised. What? Wait, what happened to Salty?
We lost Salty. I'm sure he'll be back. I will keep my eye open for him.
I think his transmissions were being jammed. I gave him the raspberry.
Kane just okay,
right here. Look at Ash's expression. He's just
he's just waiting.
Yeah.
He's so hungry. He must be starving. Is that a can of Coors there? Something beer. Dallas. I can't quite see it. No.
Smoking.
Respect the captain. He's drinking a beer, guys. Come on.
Uh-oh. Here it is. Here it comes. The food can't be that bad.
Salty.
I like how they're trying to shove the spoon in his mouth. I think
it doesn't bite his tongue. Yeah, bite his tongue off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not actually a good response to a seizure, by the way. Please don't do that.
No. Use a belt or something. Leather.
Ooh. I like how if everybody stopped right after that.
Yeah, that moment.
They actually didn't know it was going to happen. No one knew that was going to happen.
Really?
Yep.
all for Lambert.
It's the Muppet Show, and here's your favorite host.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Of course.
Heavy flamer.
That scene always used to make everyone laugh. It kind of broke the tension when you see it run.
Yeah.
It's mildly here.
I like that. Like,
God.
Seriously, what would you do with that goddamn thing running around the spaceship? I would just go into the cryo chamber with a bottle of tequila and like some good music and be like, maybe I'll wake up in 12 months, 10 months, maybe I won't.
Okay, we're 57 in. I just pause it a minute there. Wow. Salty, are you all right, baby? We thought we'd lost you for a minute.
No, it has to do with using StreamYards and on Chrome on a Mac.
Discord as well.
I have a certain amount of time and then my Mac freaks out on StreamYards.
So how far are we? Like this is literally halfway through the movie where this begins.
Yes, when the monster movie started now.
Yes.
The science fiction thriller is over, and now you're into science fiction horror.
Yeah. It's 1:54, 1 hour 54 totally. So yeah, we're not quite halfway. Well, we're halfway through, aren't we? No way. We could even do it in 2 parts if you want.
Boosh McFadden says Nancy Cartwright was having an actual reaction. You're right, like you all said.
Yeah.
The director didn't tell him the shit was going to happen. Yeah,
yeah. That was the beauty of Hollywood back in the 70s. Very toxic directors that just won't tell you. Like in The Exorcist, and I was telling Alex this when we did our stream. When what's his name was getting hit with the bile, the green bile from the girl. He didn't know it was going to hit him in the face. He thought it was going to hit him in like the chest or something. So his reaction was real.
Ford. Look at Francis Ford Coppola with Apocalypse Now. He almost killed Martin Sheen.
He did almost kill Martin Sheen. Very nearly killed Martin Sheen.
Yeah. Excellent pacing, Boosh says. Yeah, Jacob Iron says, as I know that feeling, Salty. Feral Monarch goes, LOL. The Exorcist is a laundry list of, quote, you can't do this anymore. It's true. Apocalypse Now, too. Yeah. With that ox, chopping ox.
So much.
Yeah. Oh, where's Gray? Is he blowing his nose or doing a line of coke?
There she blows, Captain. There she blows.
He's doing them nose clams.
Sorry about that.
Dempsey says, restrictive, dark, cold, vulnerable, and trapped, also up against an utterly alien being that they know next to nothing about currently. Yeah, it's like the results of the 2020 election. We're fucked, and here we are, being led by this alien green lizard person who's out to kill us, right?
Please stop, mate.
Gray doesn't care. He's in Japan. Brian's dying. Brian, I love when I make Brian bust up. I love it. So,
Can you hear me, guys? Yeah. Was that your attempt at a British accent there, Mary Poppins? All right, there, Mary Poppins. How's it going?
Hello, Governor.
Hello, love. Okay, should we restart? Listen, actually, guys, before we go on, how do you want to do this? Should we carry on the whole thing, or should we stop the YouTube side and just Discord it, just watch it, or we can finish it another day?
I don't know. Do you want to put a poll in chat? We've been going. We're not quite at 2 hours. Do you want us to keep going the way we're going? Do you want us to keep reacting about every 10 minutes? If so, we'll probably be here like a couple hours. But I don't know. Maybe put a poll up. It's up to you. Oh, Bruce says no. That's a definitive no. Bruce says want the YouTube.
No I hear no a lot, so it's kind of my life right now. Beans and tea. I could go for some beans right now.
Yeah. Well, let's keep rolling for a while. Gray, you're a big boy. I just always like to solicit feedback. So,
you're a big girl now.
You still have 12 people watching, unless YouTube's lying to me, which it does on a regular basis.
You never know. You never know. The numbers always look wonky.
Yeah.
I think there's 11 in Discord as well.
Let's roll this movie. Let's just roll.
Here we go.
I get a nice shot of the corridor again.
I love the corridor shots. That's like my favorite shot is the corridor shot. It's so nice.
Boosh. I was thinking
all this shit on the walls. It's like there's just so many parts of the ship someone had to design and probably think of what is the purpose of this thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is the funeral, basically.
God, the way that they panned with these cameras, how can they not do this anymore?
Oh,
well, we'll keep going just for you, Fear Monarch. The camera's freaking out. You're very welcome, Dempsey. Thank you for being here. And I love when you put those great pictures up of you and your family. Those are great, dude.
Yes, hit the button.
Thanks, Dempsey. This is way better than most DVD commentary. Come on. It's not that good.
It actually is. Let's be honest about it.
Because we rule. This music,
God,
I love it.
The ship.
Yes. And then we get the massive design of Nostromo, which has no aesthetic pleasure whatsoever. It is just this huge processing plan is what it is. Oh, Zax, that's me, by the way.
10 seconds.
Well, I'm wearing pants because it's chilly here. Low spec Linux says we'll never have another great film ever again. All digital crap now. I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic about some smaller budget stuff that I'm starting to see taking off, but it's going to be art house stuff, you know.
Well, there are some things on the horizon. The Nosferatu film that's going to be coming up.
Oh, David Eggers. Yeah,
yes.
I love David Eggers. Yeah,
I love his stuff. So it's like, I think that'll be good, even though it's a remake, which I largely despise. So, but something like this you will never see again. Like I said, Romulus. I'm hoping it's going to be good. It's not going to be this because it can't be. But the atmosphere of Alien, the dialogue, you know, all the Godzilla Minus One was, I think that was an anomaly.
It was amazing.
Made with a handful of people, which was just incredible what they did.
Yeah, but it's funny when you remove Hollywood executives from making film.
Main Hollywood is the problem.
The executive levels in corporate America.
Yeah, because they want to stick their freaking junk in everybody else's business, and that's where it gets ruined. Hey, we want to do this. We'd like to do this. We'd like to see more diversity, and blah 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 blah. And now you have a movie that no one wants to see. But it's fine. It's fine.
I love the two engineer guys because they remind me of like my grandfather who worked in a factory and he'd go drinking with his bowling buddies, and I just love that the blue collar guys are like just fuck it, whatever. Here, duct tape, chewing gum, wrap it with some wire. It's fine,
This is cool because we have no idea where we are right now. There's like some kind of vehicle there, obviously, and
it looks like
None of it matters. You're just the stuff.
Yeah,
never gets explained.
I mean, this is all mining. This is all mining equipment. This is all mining equipment. Like this entire thing is a refinery.
Me too, Fear Monarch. A Blu-ray -1 color.
Yeah,
with both of them on.
What do you think of that? What do you think of that light shining in like that?
I like it.
I actually love it. I love it. You got to remember this is before MTV came out.
And then the window opens. Go.
No, MTV came out 2 years later, and a lot of the effects that you see in this doing crazy things with laser light. Again, the laser light stuff was stolen or borrowed from Tommy's The Who production, which was going on next door.
Yeah,
this was cutting edge technology that got used in music videos.
So I see.
But that scene is also brought forward into Aliens.
Yeah,
when they're scanning Ripley's ship, and you get the light through the window.
The opening scene
into the bay. It's a mirror scene.
Yep. Zach says, but it'll be few and far between regarding good movies coming out again. Probably nothing great coming out of Hollywood. No, I mean, look at what they did with the Japanese production team and writers and directors for Shogun. I mean, it was just a good story.
It's not a stealth stream. Just like no one ever watches my channel, so that's why no one hears about it.
I want the Battle of Sakakigara, Salty. I want that.
Yeah.
I want to see Ishido buried to his neck.
I love it. Yeah, and Bush is right. They did use that camera rig for that opening scene. Yeah, I loved all of that opening. And I remember going to see it with my little brother when I was, I think it was 16 when it came out. And it was such an amazing movie to see in theater.
Oh,
yeah.
It's a cat, man.
Jump scare. Poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
God
let him
damn
go,
it.
Brett.
Yeah. Fear Monarch says, I forget that future space technology includes a net. Well, there are cargo nets. You know, it's good for securing loads, you know?
Well, they also think they're dealing with a much smaller thing. They don't, you know, they're for whatever reason, they're trying to catch the thing right now, which is stupid, but that's neither here nor there.
They've got the net in case Jonesy goes crazy. He goes like rabid later.
Everybody's forgotten about the stupid cat that's even there. I forget, you know, it's...
Yeah,
cats are forgettable. They just kind of sit and they'll ignore you for 12 hours.
I think the tone. I think Alien has the better design, better tone. I mean, the only thing that's better in Aliens is Ripley's character arc.
I don't think you can compare the two movies. I don't, because of the time that elapsed, and also I love the Space Marines. I love the archetypes that are there, and I do love Paul Reiser,
they're also
because going against characters that he was playing, because he was a comedy actor, and now suddenly he's this asshole.
I like the slow burn here. I like the horror element here. So like this, look at this shot right here. This shot is creepy as hell.
Oh, yeah, shot is awesome.
Look at this.
They're also different genres.
I want to get that coat.
About the two movies.
I want to get that. I want to get the. Nostromo
I think you'd rock that. I want you to walk around Chicago live streaming, drinking Dunkin' Donuts coffee, eating a Boston cream, wearing that coat. That's what I want. See, I told you. There it is, Dunkin' Donuts.
Paused. This is such a great shot. As you say, I love both movies. I love Alien and Aliens. I think they're their own entities, even though, of course, they're connected.
I agree.
Absolutely awesome.
No, they are. One. This is horror sci-fi. The other is horror action.
Yeah.
So
I think it was more action thriller. I think. Well, I don't know.
There's still horror elements in there.
Yeah.
I want to welcome Gooch. I want to welcome Gooch. Diabolical Souls has joined us. He's screaming Zax. Dwayne Muth is with it as well. He says, hey, Gray and everyone else. It's awesome to see you guys. Again, the link to join us and watch this amazing movie to the Discord is in chat. You're more than welcome to come hang out with us. So.
It's pinned at the top of the live chat if you want to. You're welcome.
I'm like, where's this light coming from? Like, you see, it looks like
I've got to watch this now.
The cat went in there. Don't go in there, Brett. Don't go in there.
It just keeps going.
What's this on the floor?
Yeah, what is all this stuff? We don't know.
For a second, I thought it was a bra when I first saw this. I was like, "Is that a bra?" That's not a bra.
Oh God, I remember the scene now.
Oh God, the chains are coming. The rainy chains.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, this shot, this first person shot right here. This is horror.
And I think this is prototypical cyberpunk noir that they didn't even know that they were introducing into this film, or maybe they did. And now I know it's very geeker derivative, but I also think we're starting to see what we all can identify now as cyber noirs.
I like how now we're going up, and we're seeing the chains moving.
100%, I agree.
So
dude, you get it.
In the director's version, there's a shot. They added a shot where you could see the alien. The alien is holding onto the chain and just it is perfectly still, but it's just kind of moving along with the chain and all that, twisting. And
you don't need to see that though. You don't need to see it, do you? It's better without it.
Yeah, because it's there. So so that I do agree with. But they added.
Sorry, go ahead, Brian.
Sorry,
no, it's all you.
So
no, I was going to say.
Go ahead. Yeah, Hellraiser.
I'll shut up.
You got it.
asshole, go.
So in the director's version, after the whole thing, after the kill happens, Ripley and Brett come running in, and they're like, "Brett, where are you?" And then they look up, and then all of a sudden, blood comes down from the vents. So because when you see this version, you're like, "What the hell happened to him?" And they explain in the next scene that he was taken up into the vents with the alien.
Yeah.
Sorry, Salty.
No, it's fine. It's okay. Dempsey says this room is very Hellraiser, and it's true. I mean, I think a lot of movies that came later had a lot of the pacing. I think that this movie has some of the best pacing of anything. Look at the film as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you mean Hellraiser? I don't see any.
Clive Barker.
Dempsey says that we're supposed to thank our chat for their awesome.
There you go. Behind
like you
him.
just walked into the
like you just tail.
Yeah.
The Hellraiser, dude. Yeah.
Watch behind.
And you hear the heartbeat too. Here. Boom.
The tail drops down now.
Oh god, that shit is behind him. Oh my god.
Head.
Oh my god.
The bitch is huge.
Oh my god.
Yep, this is the first look.
I love the way the cat goes
and
back.
The cat's
it's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm not.
Slowly.
Yeah, like Aces, I'm fucking gone, dude.
Oh my gosh. I'd have my mouth open too, like that. Oh. And you see it from the cat. You see the cat watching. He's like,
see, less is more. Less is better. Not showing it is so much better.
It's
you don't need entrails
unnatural.
Flopping. Yeah.
Because the alien isn't a clean design. Because it's got that beautiful head, but it's got all this kind of other shit going on the sides, and the mouth design, and it's just very disturbing looking.
Yeah, there is a scene, Bush. There's Brett and Dallas.
In the
they both.
Yeah, I don't like those scenes. I'm glad they removed them from. I like the theatrical cut. I'm glad they got rid of that stuff.
I kind of liked it. You know, I mean, I don't know.
There are very few director's cuts that I like better than the theatrical cuts, because directors, God love them,
like George Lucas. Yeah.
Don't necessarily see what everybody else wants to see. They see what they want to see.
Yeah.
Did you get the Dwayne Muth comment, Gray, about how Dwayne Muth had the comic adaptation by Archie Goldwyn and Walter Simonson from the early 80s? I want that. I want that. All right. Finally, now we have flamethrowers coming online.
I'm getting so into this film, guys. There's less and less commentary, I'm afraid, because I'm just like, oh god.
You're Barmy, I think you're right.
No, actually, I love those. That's one of the. I have to dismiss my earlier commentary for that. Those are the only versions I watch. I don't watch the theatrical versions of Lord of the Rings.
You guys are outstanding in chat tonight. On behalf of Gray and everybody on this panel, I want to say thank you. I'm enjoying my Friday night immensely. Thanks everybody for being here. Fear Monarch says, I just remembered the facehuggers on Duke Nukem wouldn't exist without this either. I love that video game series so much.
I didn't know they had facehuggers in it.
Remastered it.
Do you remember the dream crabs in Doctor Who? Which were very much based on.
I believe
that's one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah,
I was just watching a Tom Baker episode where it was literally cellophane with Vaseline on it being waved in front of a green screen, and I was thoroughly entertained. I'm not kidding. Like so much better than Shurigawa or that bitch, the one that was Jodie Whittaker. Yeah,
Jodie Foster.
You Philistine.
All right, here it begins.
So screwed. I hate my life so much right now. That's what he's thinking.
Boosh, Lambert is still broken from seeing Kane die. She maintains it through the rest of the film. She's totally checked out.
If I remember correctly, they were supposed to be like. If I remember correctly, they were supposed to be like screwing or something. Those two,
probably. Yeah, it's perfection.
Oh, here we are in the great event scene. The vent scene is one of the another great aspect of this movie. The vent scene is terrifying.
The vent scene is very Metroid. I'm not joking.
I know you're not. There was a laugh of appreciation.
I don't know what a Metroid is. I'll just have to go with it. I believe you.
It's a Nintendo. It's a sci-fi Nintendo series that takes heavy inspiration from Alien.
Before the vent scene kicks in, 111.49. Okay, I want to react to a really slow reaction to what Nerd just said. He can't stop bringing up Metroid, can he? Just kind
Every time you play that clip of old school Star Trek, I'm like, oh yeah, there was a time when the world was fucking rational and made sense. Yeah.
Rational? What's that? What are you talking about, Salty? Yeah. Okay, guys, you ready? Are you ready in chat? Should we go for the vent scene? Here we go. It's just starting.
Let's do it.
Oh my god. I don't know if I can take it, guys.
Dwayne Muth also says there was a Starro facehugger by Brian Bolland on a Justice League of America cover in the mid-80s.
Yeah, it's a classic cover.
You guys are so effing smart. That's why I like doing YouTube, because you guys in chat know all this cool shit. Like, that's so awesome.
Well, this scene brings together like all the great elements of this movie. You have the sci-fi, you have the horror, and you
the working class,
the claustrophobia, just everything is brought together in this scene, and it's just absolutely terrifying.
Oh my god, I got to get back to it. Here we go.
Dempsey's enabling Brian says they should have gotten a morph ball first, noobs.
Yeah, I mean that looks like a morph ball tunnel right there. I'm saying from Metroid Prime.
How claustrophobic does he look when you see Dallas? Jesus,
extremely. Like it must be insanely hard to walk in there, and then you're carrying this.
Think about that. Yeah, exactly.
That sound effect between the orifice is opening and closing is that scraping effect.
Oh Jesus! There it goes again.
Low Spec Linux is saying good night. Thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you have a good
night.
night.
Take it easy, mate.
Later, bud.
Okay.
Also, Dallas isn't a disposable character right now.
He's the captain. God damn it! He should be indisposable.
Yeah, you don't expect this scene to turn out as it does.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I mean he's the build character. He's the top build actor in this movie, not Sigourney Weaver. So you think he's the main character?
Look at that prop. That is real. That is a flamethrower.
Yeah.
They build a lot of tension with a little light and some beeping.
Yep. That's all you need.
When the beeping starts to get faster, then you know you're in trouble.
I'm so fucked.
But like with the Brett stuff and you hear the heartbeat, dude. Like the heartbeats are all just enough.
Ooh. The goo. Ick.
I got a question here. Do you think Ash had something to do with them losing the signal like this?
Possibly.
I mean, it's possible. It could just be because they're in this weird space, though, as well, where you have a lot of vents on top of other vents.
I like how Ripley's like, micro changes in air density, my ass, Ash.
Mm-hmm. I think he's leading them to the slaughter.
Yeah, that's what I think.
In your Barmy says someone took home a flamethrower after the shooting. See, this is what I'm talking about. I want to take home a flamethrower.
Okay. I would want to get out the hell out of there too.
He shouldn't even.
He's heading right towards you.
You're not seeing levels.
Scene killing me.
Lambert's voice gets more and more hysterical.
He thinks it's on his level, but it's actually the level below, or is it the level above?
She sells.
Look! You got that shot of Ash not reacting. It's like he's
Ash
doing
looks so like almost happy, doesn't he?
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
And then you hear the feedback. You're like, oh, that's it.
But you get a quarter-second edit of the alien, and it's like, holy shit.
Yeah,
you know,
it's brilliant.
No Dallas.
No blood, no Dallas.
No blood.
Nothing.
So it didn't kill him there. It took him away. It dragged him away. Like.
Yeah, and in the theatrical version, you never find out what happens.
Yeah.
No, and I actually like that. I do like that better.
I actually do too. I think if you did one scene, just added one cocoon, that would be okay.
I'm glad they saved it for Aliens. I think that made it more impactful in Aliens when you actually did see it.
She's just the perfect casting. She's the perfect casting.
Oh,
we've lost Lambda, everybody. We've lost her. Look at those.
She's terrifying.
She's got it. It's so convincing, isn't it? She looks absolutely petrified.
Yeah.
She should have gotten an Oscar for this.
Yes.
I agree.
I think she got hired because of her role in the Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Get out of here, man. We got to get out of here. Oh my god.
Which I also
perfect.
love.
I'm for killing that goddamn thing right now.
Bush says all the characters are unique and are responding differently. In Prom and Prometheus and Covenant, they're all basically the same. Stupid. But yeah, that's the problem. Yeah. These are all very human characters that represent the entire spectrum of personality archetypes that you find in human beings. The problem is they don't want to represent human emotions and archetypes in new entertainment because you just need to be this flat thing.
And it's speaking, but that's when we're speaking again of it's a very small group. Small groups are really good. That we go. I go back to the thing all the time on this. You had a very small group, and everyone was very unique within that group. This is not a dissimilar dynamic.
Yeah. Yes, Sax. Speaking of cocoons, it's scary that Wilford Brimley was in his 50s when they made that. It's true. Wilford Brimley was probably about our age, Roman, when he made that, which is that's a hard-living man, or maybe it was just diabetes.
Good night.
Yeah,
Jacob.
he was younger than we are now when he was in the thing. Think about that.
Yeah, and he looked older.
Wow.
He was 48 when he played Blair in the thing.
Yes. Thank you, Brian, for that.
Oh my
Appreciate it, buddy.
Salty, we've had it. It's over.
I was 48 6 years ago. Let that one sink in, okay?
It's been a minute. 48, man. I go back to 48 in a heartbeat.
I never knew, but he did Quaker Oats commercials too.
Diabetes.
Boo says that Wilford Brimley was 80 years old when he was 30.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Boosh, that's very true.
Wilford Brimley. Gooch says Wilford Brimley was fantastic in Coyote Ugly.
Gooch keeps bringing that up. You can't let it go, can you, Gooch?
You ever see his? You ever see the Family Guy make fun of his diabetes commercials?
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh God. You guys are
like, one time I ran out of ice cream and I beat my wife, but then I realized she was dead for 6 years. Who the hell did I hit? I'm Wilford Brimley and I got diabetes.
Guys, compare Mother to the rest of the ship, especially like the vent section or the mechanical, the engine. Oh my God. It's so calm in it. It's like, relax.
Yeah.
There we go. Let me just get back.
Poor Wilford Brimley. We done him wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, here's where everything goes horribly, horribly wrong so fast.
Ripley finds out what's really going on in this, and then we get the classic Ash scene, don't we?
If memory serves, she was 19 when they made this movie. Is that true? Do you guys know how
Sigourney Weaver?
Sigourney Weaver
she was like 30. She was like 30.
Was she?
Yeah.
I thought she was 19.
She looks younger. She looks younger. She's still all smooth and shit.
Yeah. God, I was in love with her. And she's wicked tall, too, which is a good thing.
Ash's like, nope.
She was born in 1949. This was 79.
So she'd be 30. She would have been 30.
So 29 or 30.
Yeah, I know, Boosh, but I kind of like that. You know what I mean?
Here's where you get that shit running down Ash's face, and we have no idea what it is. She ain't got no, but that's also true.
I don't mind, Boosh. I don't mind. But hey, I live in Japan.
I like. Well, yeah, nobody has an ass in Japan. Let's be honest about it. Sure.
Thanks, Dempsey. Yeah, 1949, man.
Okay, so I got a question. Do you think he was malfunctioning, or do you think it was just? Do you think
it may have been like an override to finish the mission kind of shit? Because
I always thought it was
an obstacle.
Sorry, go ahead. I always thought it was the Hal paradox from Space 2001. I really think that this was another manifestation of that, where an artificial intelligence was giving orders that were contrary to its don't harm human directive, and it just wigged the fuck out. That's what I've always thought. Yeah, 5'11". My sister's 5'11".
Open the door.
So, yeah.
Ash, open the door.
Boosh says she had the flu when they were producing this film. That's a real nosebleed. You guys are awesome.
I missed how she got that. I missed how, because I was doing the chat and stuff. What happened?
Oh,
he could have killed her in like 10,000 more effective ways. This is a very specific kind of thing here.
He starts sweating milk. What's going on?
Maybe is it a British thing? Do the Brits sweat milk all the time?
Oh, fuck off, Nerdporial.
Well, my girlfriend's British and she's never sweated milk, so I don't know. You know?
Look at him there. Look at him looking down on poor Ripley. She knows she's
because he looks like he's he kind of looks like he's malfunctioning.
Yes,
you got to
like Randy, right here where he's just like he's
what are these things called hanging from the? See, I love these. It's such a weird thing in the scene. It's such a serious scene. You got these like toys hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, and of course every movie got the nudie pictures on the wall. Right there.
I got Randy Bobandy has just showed up in the chat. Welcome, and if you want to join us in Discord while my camera keeps wigging out, watch along with us, please do.
Nice background posters there, especially the fried eggs at the top. What's going on?
Why are there fried eggs up there?
I don't know what purpose they serve.
Is that a sexual thing? Are eggs?
I think is that a reference to the size of somebody's boobies? Oh my goodness!
I always think
maybe something else because eggs. Get it? Eggs.
Oh,
mm-hmm. Randy,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Thanks, Salty, for handling that.
Yeah, no problem.
So is he trying to shove this magazine down her throat or something like that?
It's horrifying.
It's like I said, it's a weird way to kill someone. That's
an
yes, it is. I'm like, what's going on here?
But if you killed somebody that way by crushing their windpipe or larynx, there's no external trauma that could be identified. So I always thought he did it because it's a way to murder somebody without leaving any external signs.
Look what he does here to Parker. It's like he's going for his heart, like Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom.
Yeah, Molaram, yeah.
Yeah, and Bush, you're right. Yeah, in Aliens, it's explained, and that's why I always went with it's the same malfunction that Hal had essentially in Space 2001.
This is so ridiculous.
This scene used to make me laugh as a kid.
Yeah, he's just going crazy.
He's an android.
Dude, holy shit! Get the shotgun. Where's the flamethrowers when you need it?
Seriously. Get the prod.
If it's still moving. Keep shooting. I mean, just
at least the prod, the cattle prod pays off. That Brett used before. So
that is horrific.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Nope.
Look at this. Oh my god.
Wow. It's not quite down yet.
That's pretty good effects for that time, like 1979.
I think it's great.
Yes. And then the sounds. Yeah. I like how it got milk all over him, or it's going to get even more milk all over him.
You cannot duplicate what practical effects do on a set like that. That's why the thing is so memorable. I mean,
yes.
Oh shit! This thing's grabbing him. Get the prod.
I love that his head is hanging off the back of him by a piece of skin. I love it.
Yeah, it is. It's a shame they didn't really make Weyland Yutani the villains of Alien 3. I think that's how it should have been.
Yeah,
because they're to me, Weyland Yutani are the company are the real villains of this of this series.
22 people watching right now. You're awesome. I can't believe it. Listening to us rattle on about nonsense.
Your Barmy says the Flashdance chair scene could have been done with milk. Irene Cara, Oh What a Feeling. Michael Cimbello, Maniac. 2 top 10 hits on that album, on that movie. Roman knows what I'm talking about.
I do.
Yeah, man.
Oh, this part.
So many bad choices in Alien 3. Yes.
Yeah.
Bruce. So many bad choices.
I try to forget that movie exists.
I don't even acknowledge it.
No, and that's the best way to go. There is no other. There's Alien and there's Aliens. And then there might be Romulus, but there's nothing else right now.
Not even Prometheus? Not even Prometheus.
I hate Prometheus. I hate Prometheus so much because Prometheus should have been good and it had a lot of potential.
Yeah,
but it squandered that in a lot of other ways. Yeah,
that was a true sign. He'd lost it, Ridley Scott. When I saw that, I was like,
no, he's become a terrible director. He's become a terrible director.
Yeah.
So at least Gladiator 2's coming out, though.
Oh, that'll be awesome. Yeah. The scene with Bishop with that head and the milk and the stuff coming out of his mouth and his voice sounding like he's drowning. I don't care what it is, horror or science fiction. This is one of the finest sequences of film ever made. Like with this.
You admire it, Salty.
Gray.
Of course I do. I'm an asshole.
Gray, do you admire its purity?
I do.
But this is the android before they put in the failsafes. He didn't have the failsafes that Bishop had.
No.
He's just kind of there. Basically, he's like a person, except...
Is he an early model, do you reckon?
I think Roman's right canonically within the film, but I still think robots like that would have some type of Asimov rules.
You think they should, but...
Lure robotics.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bush, I agree, mate. Prometheus and Covenant.
Roman, I can't lie to you about your chances, but you have my sympathies.
You have my sympathies.
And he smiles, and they kick him in the face.
We're going to blow up the ship. We'll take our chances in the shuttle. Lambert, is she okay? Lambert!
Fear Monarch is here to admire your purity, Gray.
Oh, hey, thanks, mate. 7 months member, you star. Gray's purity. Maybe when I was 10 years old.
I always enjoy this little flame part right here. They're burning, just completely burning, incinerating ash.
It takes off a layer of like the plastic skin.
Oh yeah, and it just kind of melts down to
like a mannequin dummy. It's weird. Yeah. Stick together. Stay together. You'll be okay. 3 of you.
That's not nice.
Thanks,
Boosh with the mad, like
Great
totally
lore.
mad aliens, canon, and lore
Details.
stuff.
Awesome.
Oh.
They opened the Ark of the Alien Covenant and his face melted.
No, I think you're wrong, though. I think you're, Bush, I think you're incorrect. He's in earlier models. I don't know. We have prohibitors now. I think is the line from Aliens. I think you're a bit off.
Fight.
So they didn't. I don't think they had the prohibitors at the time when Ash existed. Yes, they were certainly there when Bishop exists, but So I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there.
Jones.
Well, if you don't like that, you're really going to hate your Barmies theory that Ash was actually a Nazi sent from the past using their Glock to harvest technology.
Oh dear, you guys.
I'm willing to accept both of those possibilities, guys, honestly.
So much clanging.
Yeah.
Why is she on her own suddenly? What happened to sticking together?
I don't know, Fear Monarch. I can't get behind Ash being Red Skull this whole time. I can't. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I personally
we may have jumped a shark there with our aggression. We can no.
Exactly.
Welcome, awesome.
That wasn't an older model. They didn't have them. That's what I'm saying, Boosh. With art, they had them at the time of Bishop. They didn't have them at the time of Ash. I'm saying we can wrestle this out. I'm willing to do it, but I'm just saying. I need to see the dialogue specifically from the
There'll be
the
no
cafeteria
naked Oliver Reed mud wrestling in this live stream.
I'm
Roman.
Team
Sorry.
Boosh on this. I'll put money on it, but I'm not saying
I don't think they
wrong.
did. I don't think Ash had an inhibitor. I think Ash was just doing what Ash was told to do. I don't think he gave a shit about the crew
Salty
at all.
Or someone's saying your skull is looking pretty red. There we go. Having a dig at Salty. That's a joke.
It's the camera flipping out because of the red behind me, and I don't want to fuck with it because I changed my lighting because I use this office for work too, and I sometimes have.
You look healthier than me, mate. I look like a pasty British.
Well, actually, this is actually a lot of sun that I've got. It could be this.
Poor Gray. Gray looks like a dead fish in Japan.
Oh my god, cold fish. That's what my wife used to call me.
I wanted you to start the stream with all the Kleenex you had up your nose when we were going on beforehand. You know what I mean? Like, because he's so sinusy.
Okay, Roman, we've got something going on here. Let's unpack it. Why have Android, which are known to exist, they repair him? Why wouldn't they have inhibitors? That would be stupid.
Look, I don't want to look at what might be, what was, what is. I want to look at what they said in the scene in Aliens as to what a Bishop said about the older model. That's what I care about. I disagree with you fundamentally on it, this theory right now, as I know it. But we need the scene from Aliens. We need the dialogue from Bishop to Ripley to specifically break it down so we can have this discussion.
Welcome to Awesome One who's joined us, by the way. Not to interrupt.
Wow!
If you want to join us in Discard, we're watching.
Jonesy felt he just did a massive jump scare. Oh.
Fuck cats.
I didn't have the screen on, so I forgot that was coming. That was funny.
That's our future food. That's what cats are.
Let's have a look. We are currently 1 minute 32 into the movie. Look at Lambert. She's panicking. The shadow behind her. Getting closer.
This is one of the most horrifying scenes ever.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate the scene and love it at the same time. It's so good.
See, that woman looks like she's literally freaked out.
I would be. Get out of the way.
Look at that. Look at that. That is so good. That is so good. The alien coming up, just being all alien-y. Ah!
Where is she? Where is she?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
And you only get like 3 minutes of the alien in this entire film.
She's standing in front of it because she's so petrified.
She can't move.
Well, if they try, yeah, exactly.
Come on, Parker, what are you doing? Parker!
Yeah, he's just getting eaten. He's like a pork chop.
It's wrestling him now.
Yeah, and poor Yaphet. God, it's horrifying.
I love this shot where the teeth are showing the teeth and his mouth is bleeding.
Yeah, Parker's like, I can just fight this. I mean, you can for a little while, and then you're dead anyway. But
it got him. He's gone. I like how it's slowly creeping towards her, and the tail is going up her leg.
That is creepy as F.
Yeah, you can't underestimate the effect of shock over a prolonged period of time. And when you look at her face, I mean, that's what happens to the human body. It's not a gender specific thing.
Again, they don't show it as well. They keep it so hidden. They keep it to your imagination, don't they, Salty?
Oh, so God. And then her scream.
The final scream, and then it goes silent. Dude, like I have goosebumps right here.
I know.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
They suddenly they sped up the pace of the film for that scene so well. It's like, bum, 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 go. Jesus.
Oh, yeah, this part where do you think that's all that's left of Lampert is just her arm right there?
No. The way the tail came up, you can't deny the sexual violence of that tail coming up behind her like it was.
Oh, yeah.
Best case scenario is that she got probably hit at the base of the spine and never felt anything after that. That's my head.
Yeah, Dempsey leaves a nice. What he says in the chat here, I think, is right. It is that. It's creepy because it is that.
And where did Metroid get its self-destruct idea from? Here.
I don't know what a Metroid is. You keep saying this Metroid thing.
It's a Nintendo. It's an 80s Nintendo game.
All right, I don't know. I was
be sure to subscribe to Nerdpower Lifeform for all of your Metroid video game needs. He has live streams live from yesterday and probably likely tomorrow. Those of you who want to learn.
And certain Dempsey made some music for my Metroid retrospective. Roman, you should check it out.
No,
you'll learn what a Metroid
I don't play games. I'm not good at games of skill or chance, so I don't play either.
Oh no, I'm not playing a game with you. I'm saying this. It's real. Oh, you mean video games? I thought you were talking about games.
Yeah, I don't know any game. I'm not good at any game of skill or chance. That's
I play Monopoly, or is it Monotony?
I love poker. Can we play poker then for real money? I'll play that with you.
I beat my son at chess 3 times earlier tonight, so that was something.
Okay, that's better than I can do. I still want to play poker with you though, for money. Yeah, let's do that.
What? The way she has to screw these in to activate the self-destruct, and it all takes more and more time. Crazy. It's so well done, man.
And look at her sobbing. I mean, like all of it.
She's alone. She's alone now. Well,
yeah, I think she knows she's alone at this point too. Yeah.
Mother.
10 minutes.
Oh yeah, did I tell you, Roman, the main villain in Metroid is Mother? A computer named Mother with a brain.
You're really making an impact on Roman with this, Brian.
You'll find it surprising, but I'm never going to play Metroid. Brian.
Retrospective
not ever in my life will this happen to me. Yeah. It's not even that I care. That's the thing. I don't play video games.
We can learn all about that by watching my video, and that's it.
Yobami says
you don't ever have to play the game ever.
Just like the moon landing, Salty.
I talked about that earlier. I am convinced they went later because of what they found. Yeah. Which is even scarier than what you might think. So.
Well, you know, you know what I like about this? I like how she can't get to the shell show. She tries to cancel the self-destruct.
Oh yeah,
she tries to cancel the self-destruct. Mother tells her to fuck off.
Sorry,
this part, dude. The lighting right here. Yeah, this is terrifying.
The strobing, yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's
right aliens. Oh, sweet baby Jesus, look at it, Jesus.
Good thing she was against the wall. She probably would have died. But she left the cap. She leaves the cap behind.
Well, it's also it's very frantic right now. The entire scene is shot very frantically. It's fantastic. Yeah.
I like the music too here.
Chad is talking about Alien 3. There was the alien dog. There was that kind of dragon-looking alien.
I hated that dog. I hated everything about Alien 3. There wasn't an aspect.
There was
of
a weird
cut
then. That was weird.
A Fair Monarch. I'm wondering if the boss Ridley from Metroid is as terrifying as working under Ridley Scott.
You keep working that side of the street, Brian. You'll get a sale eventually.
Do you have stock in this, Brian? I want to know because it's important. Everyone,
I have investments. I mean, it's my favorite video game series right now.
Actually, that's a good point.
I don't have one of those.
Roman, that's the first time she sees the alien, isn't it? That's the first time Ripley's actually seen it.
Yes.
That's why her reaction is just like, fuck.
Yeah, and she's just like, I can't get to the shuttle. So now she's trying to cancel it, but
Zax.
Zax.
Hey boys.
Zax lives.
Baby?
What's up, Zax?
Hey.
You're sounding sexy, baby.
Getting better.
I was back. Dude, I was off camera pouring a beer, and all of a sudden I heard Zach's voice, and I was like,
139. With 139
Get over here.
in, Zach.
Dude, cheers. Yeah.
I'm on your Discord now. I'm watching you.
Oh, brilliant.
Right on, dude.
It's good to see you.
Yeah. Give it a test out the old vocal cords again. See how it goes.
Yeah.
You sound lovely.
Dude, what can you say about this movie, Zach? I mean, Jesus Christ. It's like,
She's just going
amazing.
crazy right now, throwing everything. Steam going everywhere, lights are flashing, the cat's pissed off.
Everything's going south.
These handheld camera scenes as well, like you were saying, sorry, they're all Ridley Scott.
Yep. Ridley Scott running with handheld. Yeah.
But I love you have to love the difference in the camera styles throughout the movie. You go from those great close-ups when they're in the med lab to just the regular shots to crazy shit like this. It's such a wonderfully filmed movie because it's not just a standard we're doing this. He mixes things up in this like wildly.
It is pacing. I talk a lot about it when I'm critical of shows in movies that I don't like, and I use the word pacing. And this is like everything is paced like perfectly. Like the tension builds throughout all of it, especially in this
God,
sequence.
Yeah, I mean you
get the great crescendo here.
I mean, she's going back to that. She's going back to where she was just a few minutes ago, and you're like, is the alien still there? Is she going to have to engage it? What's going to happen?
Is the giant Sigourney bush in the first movie or the second movie?
This one.
This one at the end.
Yeah,
I know. That's why I wanted to watch it tonight.
I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that. She refused to.
It's brilliant. I love it.
Yeah.
Dude, I was there in the 80s, dude. I'm just saying, like, I'm okay with that. I don't mind a little bushwhacking, I mean,
absolutely.
It's natural, it's normal. I'm not talking about like some big, like jungle, but I'm talking. I don't mind a shrubbery. Do you know what I mean, guys?
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind it.
Zags, that's why you came in right at the end, isn't it?
Yeah, gotta see it.
So good.
It can't be contained, really.
It's
okay with
that.
It's its own character in the movie.
Yeah.
You just have to develop your technique. You know what I mean? Like, guys, you know what I mean? You got to develop the technique. Roman knows exactly what I'm talking about. Penetrate the perimeter. So, yeah.
It was
Zach
a certain
knows too,
time.
you
It was a
giggling
time in history. You had to work through some stuff.
Yeah.
Like going in the Amazon.
Well, I wouldn't say that. It's more like going to the park. There's a tree, there's a bush. I'm not talking about the
She's
fucking.
got 1
Amazon,
minute, guys. 1 minute to stop the self-destruct. No chance.
Yeah.
I guess she can just turn on the shuttle like it's a car and just,
I do love that shuttle a lot.
That's
again, you get a lot of actual things in here that are aircraft kind of specific things.
Like, she's sweating big time. That sweat looks real. She's soaking.
It does.
Terror.
Yeah, I love that scene so much. because it's dead, and then you get the big bright light, and then it continues on.
Yeah,
it's
What
great.
an explosion!
Yeah.
For sure, Gray.
And I love how big that goddamn mining ship is. Like you're like, Jesus Christ, how big is this ship?
Because,
you know?
Yeah, because you get a bit more scope on how big the ship is, because it is hard to see, because you get that whole kind of Star Wars perspective initially, but when the shuttle is leaving, I think you get a really nice perspective of how big it is. And then this whole thing with the nuclear exploation, it's insane.
It blew 3 times. It blew up 3. That's amazing. Yeah. 3 explosions.
Yeah, with that little explosion coming towards the viewer, it reminded me of 2001 a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Douglas Trumbull.
And now everything's fine, right? Everything's okay.
Yeah, she got the alien. They're safe, and the movie's over. Yeah.
That shot was very Independence Day. Sorry.
Yeah, see, we're hearing the music. That means the movie's over, right?
You showed up just in time, Zax. This is there you go.
The best part.
Dude, seriously.
Oh, my God.
How long we got left? 144 in, 144, 30 seconds. Only 10
I love the music for this movie, too.
Jonesy.
You stupid cat.
It's so deceptive here. It's so nice and calm. It's like, okay, we can relax now.
Bush says, Josie's like, put me back in there, you idiot.
We'll be back.
Referring to the cat cage. It's like, what are you doing, bitch? Jesus, yeah. Fear Monarch says, good kitty.
I'm sure it'll be fine, Dempsey. You're right.
I do miss when movies had an obligatory hot woman taking her clothes off for a moderately attributable to the plot reason. You know, I mean, why can't we just have hot, naked, normal-looking women without penises taking their clothes off?
That's because lesbians are making movies now. That's or not even. It's other.
Ooh,
there we go.
Other?
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's magnificent.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
See, it's not an untamed, uncut backyard. It's actually a wonderful touch grass moment right there, Zach. That's what it is.
Size of that thing. Cut the China red too.
It's a tended garden, right?
All through the late 80s, I was very happy to be hanging around in that park. Okay, what are you talking about?
Oh yeah, no complaints.
In the early 90s in college too, with the hippie chicks, yeah, totally same thing.
Hey, look at that.
It's a good look for her too.
They're the shortest panties ever, aren't they? Jesus.
What is with that shiny head? What's that shiny little thing right there?
Is he looking at her ass, Nerdporial?
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
It looks like part of the ship until it reaches out for a
holy shit.
That's brilliant. Brilliant.
Oh my God. What do you do now?
You just blew up that giant fucking ship for nothing. I feel fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice when she ran into the closet, you got a little jiggle from... Oh, never mind. Sorry.
I noticed. See, that's what I mean. When people talking about her having a flat backside. No. That's the kind where you can squeeze the Charmin on that. It's like, oh, baby. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
salty.
Just enough. You're not my mom. You're not the boss of me. I can talk about somebody's ass all I want to. Wakizashi's Teahouse.
Oishi.
But did this scene genuinely scary? When all of a sudden the hand was there. Did you know that? Did you see the dome of the head and you're like, okay?
No, I had no idea the first time.
First viewing. Nope, that was just part of the ship, and then it was like mother.
So well done.
That's the other thing about this, because H.R. Giger's artwork, it can integrate well with machines and all that.
Here we go, going down.
Zoom in. Get closer.
Zoom in.
There's no zoom option.
Pause it.
We need a photo scanner from Blade Runner. Oh, hello.
God damn it! I miss when. Sorry, I just miss 80s women. Just gonna say that.
Not women in their 80s.
lot.
Sorry. Hey.
Great comments
So
in chat.
this thing's stuck in there, though. It got itself kind of wedged in there. It can't get out.
Boosh McFadden says, I watched this with my dad. He saw it and said, oh, shit, before the hand strikes out. And then I saw it. So he's like, you can't see this. And I was like, too late.
You got to highlight Fair Monarch's next chat.
Yes.
You got highlight the next one.
Yes,
I wish I was that spacesuit.
Spacesuit. Me too.
I want the scratch and sniff version of that spacesuit.
I'm with you, mate. I'm with you.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. She's been sweating a bit, Salty, running like terrified. What do you reckon? Or do you
Yeah,
like
that's
that?
why. Yeah.
You get questions of awareness by the alien. With Lambert knowing she's petrified to abuse, and Ripley waiting until the ship was safe away. The alien knows, doesn't it? That's why he got on the shuttle. He knew it was going to be safe. He was getting out of there.
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't attack her. It doesn't kill her at this point in time. It's like, okay, just leave me be. We're all right.
I don't know what the point of this is. I mean, I understand that what it does, but I understand what the point of it is in space.
That's some Jaws music.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. And you could tell that E.T. actually borrowed some of the...
yeah.
Look at that. You can hardly see it.
Motherfucker, I hated that thing.
I know. I hated E2 too. Dempsey says now we're even more constricted in the lifeboat. Yeah, it just keeps getting more and more claustrophobic when the alien attacks.
You are my lucky star. Why does she start?
I love the fact that she's singing to herself so she doesn't actually go into shock. Like she's like, I need to complete these tasks. You know?
Problem is, sorry, she starts singing and the alien starts waking up. It's like, what's all this?
I don't know. I'd be singing the Doors. Come on, baby, light my fire, or something like that. You know? I love it.
That reaction by the alien, by the xenomorph. Oh my god.
Your Barmy says, I only like E.T. because of the Reese's Pieces in the movie. I ate a lot of Reese's Pieces because of that movie.
Everybody did. I mean, it was a very popular candy. It was supposed to be M&M's. They declined, and then you got a Reese's Pieces out of it.
She's pissing off. He's coming for her, guys.
That wasn't M&M's in the movie? No way.
No, it was Reese's Pieces.
I didn't know that.
He's like a big steamed shrimp right now.
Well, parts of them are. Not all of them, you know?
If you can cook a lobster, you could cook an alien.
Oh, we got Dungeness crab here, and I go buy them like fresh off the boat, dude. And I just got a big old
turns her
pot.
back on it. She's terrified, man. Get to the door, release.
I almost lost a thumb though. Went to one of those little bastards though. Jesus.
You got to wear the sea bug.
This shot, guys, here. This shot.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh my God.
So good.
That corner look.
There she blows.
Oh
yep.
God. And the fucker will not go out the airlock.
No, it's just right to the very end.
Oh God.
Even now.
It hooks its tail onto the exhaust port.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Oh yeah, I love it. But even that doesn't seem to kill it. It's like it's surviving.
No. So this version of the Alien versus Aliens, this one is a lot more freaking invincible. It takes a lot more to put this guy down, and which I was fine with because you needed that. It was that almost not quite supernatural element, but it was so far advanced that it dwarfed everything around it.
I also wonder if the technology hadn't evolved as far as munitions, where they had a lot higher velocity, a lot more lethal round than they would have potentially when this alien was found.
Well, I mean, a shotgun blast blows its head open in Aliens, though.
Okay, this is true, but she didn't have a shotgun, you know.
No. Again, what I'm saying is, but it survives the blast from the freaking the jets on the shuttle.
Yeah. And that would have killed anything. Really.
That would have blown in Aliens. That would have cooked the thing.
The rifles have explosive rounds. They do a lot of damage.
Thank you, Bosch. Yeah,
Boosh.
When you're talking about Gauss rifles and the velocity, those are the same principle as rail guns, only on a micro scale. Bush says the shotgun hits the inside of the alien's head. Now, okay, that's also a fair assessment, and I'm not contradicting you at all.
Oh yeah, from the mouth
at all, Roman, like at all.
But
you're right though in your observation entirely.
It just seems that this version of the alien is a lot tougher than the ones that we met in Aliens.
Yeah,
I'm still fine with it. I'm still fine with it.
Yeah, Zach, if this was made today, it would be the trans. Diverse amputee communist with a learning disability that would give them the idea, and
everyone take a shot.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
what are you going to do all night?
You might also like Prey after this movie. Like, no thanks. Let's watch the credits.
I've not seen it. I probably will not. As far back as I go with the Predator films is Predators.
Pretty sure we're going to get a sequel to Prey.
No, they are. They're making a sequel to Prey. I wish they weren't, but they are. And there's like another Predator film on the docket as well. I don't know what that one is.
I think it's Predator versus Joe Biden. What it is. Yeah.
Fearmonic says Prey has about 5 minutes of fun action at the very end.
It's the other rest of the movie that I'm just not willing to tolerate.
I didn't tolerate any of it.
No, I guess I didn't watch it. I'm not going to watch it. I just don't care. But Alien. This was such a. It's a groundbreaking movie for so many reasons. It gave us that grounded, realistic look as far as the space travel went. It gave us a small crew of unique, diverse individuals. It gives the evil company to hate. There was just so many elements in the film that make it work so well. It gave you a false lead in that you think Dallas is the main character of the movie. And ultimately he's not. Because everybody was kind of expendable in this, and you didn't really even know who was going to go.
What's crazy is we have strong female characters, and then we have a weak female character. We have the kind of typical scamming guy dudes that are the engineers. And then we have like a captain who I think you could almost say Dallas is an anti-hero. Like at the end of the day, he just wants his money and to go the fuck home.
Yeah,
he's not anybody's hero.
He's doing a job, man.
That's all the characters except for Ash.
Yeah.
For Ash.
He has to do what he has to do to save his ship. I mean, his motivations are his own, but I think that's what I like about this movie. And again, I think you have to look at it in context of Star Wars coming out in 1977. So this would have, again, is an interesting juxtaposition. In Brian, again, you use these great words like gravitas and other things like that. But these characters are wonderful because they're wonderfully flawed humans that these people are real. They are real people. And Hollywood does not seem to be able to write real people. They have idealized versions of people based upon superficial sexuality and gender and all this other horse shit. And I just want real people. Like I want real human beings on screen.
Yeah, I mean they're acting in their own interests. They're like like you said, the engineers are not, or the technicians are not getting paid enough, so they're bitching about that. Yeah. We're not going to do any more work until we get this settled. What is that, Ripley? Huh? And then you got Captain Dallas, who just doesn't even want to deal with all this stuff with because it seems to be it's above his pay grade. He's just like, I just want to go home and get the hell out of here. We'll worry about this. Can I point
something out? We've had almost 20 people hanging with us for nearly 3 hours, and I want to express my absolute gratitude for this because it's the first time we tried to do this on Gray's channel. But I had so much fun tonight, and you guys in chat lit this up, and I say it on every live stream, no matter who's it on, but you guys make it fun to YouTube. So thank you guys for being here. Really, it's fun as hell.
I want the Predator UFC. I would pay for that, Dempsey. I would actually pay for that event.
I hope that the next Roadhouse movie is the Roadhouse Jake Gyllenhaal versus the Predator, because that's the only way they can go.
Or maybe after the Mike Tyson fight, maybe Jake Paul versus the Predator.
Well, he's going to have some time on his hands after the Mike Tyson fight.
Pretty much, yeah.
Lying in bed with like brain damage, I think. Yeah.
This was awesome, guys.
Like
so much
people.
fun. So much fun. Like I'm going to have to wrap it up because I think I'm limited on the StreamYard free plan. It's almost 3 hours and. It's gonna cut out in a minute.
You gotta spend that freaking $15 a month. It's not that much. They're like real people. So you guys, we touched on this just a tiny bit, but everybody written in movies now is a stereotype. They're a stereotype of the black guy, the white guy. It's like Hollywood. Hollywood doesn't like to do it. They don't want to say they're doing, but they do it in every film they write now. Everybody is a stereotype. In this movie, yes, they're all very relatable.